What's up, Giants fans, Hub watchers, YouTube subscribers, Twitter and Instagram followers? It's Kush back at it again with another Just Chillin podcast call-in episode. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Real quick shout out to everybody in the chat. Cognac, Joseph Clark, Football Talk with Benny, Joseph Balby, Jaden the Champ, Logan, who's backstage, Big Boo in the Bronx, Joel Yaddo, Lestat Walton. What's up, everybody? As you're coming in, thank you for tuning in. So far, kind of a quiet. In general, it's been quiet since the draft, but that's fine. We're here to talk literally anything, whether it's the Giants, NFL, whatever you guys want to throw out there. Knicks are playing in half an hour, I think, against the Lakers. Whatever you guys want to talk. You guys run the calling shows. That's why it's the calling shows. What up, Rick in there? Evan, Toast, Connor Stevens. What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in. And even though it's been quiet, low-key tomorrow, I'm gonna have a video out on this guy named Kyle Rudolph, or I'm gonna try and have a video out on Kyle Rudolph. I think he may be one of our most underrated acquisitions in the entire offseason, in my opinion. Obviously, I'm not gonna divulge more into it because I want to save it for the vid. I'm gonna try and have it out sometime tomorrow. And then, obviously I'll gather your thoughts there. What up, Jay, the Giants, man? Yep, Sterling Shepard got a new number, or an old number, we should say. He reverted back to number 3, which was what he wore at Oklahoma. Jay saying it looks fire. Sonny D, what's up, man? Evan Spitzberg says go Nets. Yo. There's somebody literally named Yo. What up, Yo? Tommy OC and Word in here as well. Listen, man. Shepard, the new number. We could talk about that if we want to. I don't personally think a lot of people were like out there really buying the entire like supply of Sterling Shepard jerseys. So I don't really think it affects that many. Obviously, it does affect some people that had his jerseys as 87. I don't know. I have a very strange opinion on it. I feel like he's technically a veteran in the NFL now at this point, right? And shout out to Anthony Martinez for rejoining the memberships. I'm pretty sure he was a member before. Thank you, my man. Leave that up there for a little bit. Shepard, we could consider him a veteran at this point, right? I got no problem with him going back to 3. I mean, it's not exactly like he's breaking any rules or anything. And apparently he did buy out the remaining stock of 87 jerseys. I was surprised by it, though. And I'm surprised by the amount of, veteran players. And I'm calling them veteran. What I'm calling a veteran is if you've been in the league for 4 years and more, because the average length of an NFL career is what, 3-4 years anyway. You know what I'm saying? Not many people make it past the rookie contract. So that's maybe I'm using the term vet a little loosely here, but I'm surprised so many of them are that not necessarily attached to their college numbers, because obviously I understand the attachment that they have for the college numbers, but it's kind of like they don't want to build a legacy in their pro number, so to speak. Like, I understand rookies that are coming, they're like, yeah, I'm just going to stick with my college number. Second-year players are like, oh, I got the opportunity to go back to this. Like, I understand that, but like for the vets that have been in their numbers for a while, I would have thought, they built a new like a new bond with that new number. I don't know, but that's just me. Well, that being said, I see Thrill Collins, Nerd Cage Live in here, Miz in here. What up, everybody? Philly Notion, listen, man. Philly Notion, for those of y'all that don't know, is the best Philadelphia YouTuber out there, the best Philadelphia Eagles YouTuber out there. Like, we've done a couple of streams together in the past. We're going to get together and do them again because the schedule's going to be released. He actually used the clip from the stream me and KB did the reactions to the was it no it was a stream from just last week, us saying we want Eagles week 1 and kind of a promo video thing. You guys should go check it out, where he wants all the smoke, you know what I'm saying? And I'm right back at there. But Philly Notion, it's all love, man. Love working with that dude. We're gonna get back and work with him soon. And whenever we go up to his channel, hopefully you guys pop over, and when he comes over here, bring over the support of Giants Nation, man. And you know what I'm saying? He's gonna talk his trash. I don't need to talk because we all know how bad Philly is. With all that being said, let's get the first member in here, man. We got Logan's Giants Zone, then Anthony Martinez. Good. Ash Money, what's up? I'm pretty sure I saw you pop in, but then you popped out, man. Hopefully you call back in soon. But Logan, what's up, man? How you doing?
Have you heard the news recently?
What?
Joel doesn't have a beard anymore.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I think I was like the first person to comment on his video. And I commented that. I was like, oh, nah, he shaved the beard.
Yesterday on Big Pat stream, we were all crying because it died. We're sad now.
See, now, this is how I know y'all are not real fans of Joel. Because you would have been on his channel, subscribed, and saw the video, bro.
I am subscribed.
That's what I thought. Okay, bet.
I got notifications on, and I liked all those videos, my guy.
I bet. Really, what's his last video?
Relaxing and cooking.
Okay. I'm saying it's an easy question. But hey, man, he said it was like a sweater on him I personally don't like it, but hey, if he is the moves, man. If he makes the move, he makes the move.
I got some basketball related questions because we got the Knicks coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's probably not going to, but if LeBron were to win the championship this year, could we call him the GOAT?
I mean, that's up to you. You know, I mean, it's already a controversial topic on like every basketball topic ever. LeBron versus MJ, who's the GOAT? And I have the controversial opinion. I have the controversial opinion that LeBron's the GOAT, but that's just me. And that's not no surprise to you guys. I don't know why Logan's leaving, because I've said that several times on the channel. It shouldn't be a surprise to y'all, honestly. I'm waiting for him to put his earphones back in. It shouldn't be a surprise to you, Logan, because I'm pretty sure I've said it on the channel multiple times before, that I think LeBron is the GOAT. I mean, it's literally a generational thing. Like, I'm not even going to pretend it's not. It is what it is, man. It's up to you guys to decide what your criteria for the GOAT is.
I think LeBron's the GOAT because he put the sport of basketball on the map.
Well, you just said Michael Jordan was the GOAT, but now you're saying LeBron.
Oh, no. Sorry, Michael Jordan.
Nah, you're subconscious, bro.
That's what's up. You keep saying LeBron, so I keep thinking LeBron.
Shout out to Hey Sabrina. What's up? How you doing, man? Everything good? Living life? Anyway, she says she feels bad for the people that have the original jersey number. I do too, but I do like the fact that Sterling bought out the remaining stock. So I don't know. I guess it doesn't go to waste. Like, the players, if they wanted to change immediately, they have to buy out the remaining stock in stores and online. So he did do that. But yeah, go ahead. What do you want to respond to the Sterling Shepard thing, or continue on, LeBron? Well, here's the thing. All I'm gonna say is LeBron, who I view as my GOAT, is ducking the Knicks right now. You know what I mean? He can't handle the Randall.
He's scared of Julius.
He can't handle the Randall. He's not playing tonight.
Here, I got some football-related questions for you, though.
Shout out to Authentic in here as well.
Do you think the Giants? Do you think the Giants are going to sweep Washington this year, or do you think we're going to split?
Listen, and I know a lot of people are not going to like this. I
think we're going to split too.
I think we're going to sweep Washington. All right,
what?
Listen. It's very similar to when I said, because I did say last year, until we beat the Eagles, we beat the Eagles. Until Washington beats us, Washington beats us. You know what I mean? I would love to be proven wrong, because guess what? I want to have the best rivalry in the NFC East, which is Washington and the Giants come back. And I want to have them just duke it out week in, week out to see who's going to win the East, right? And guess what? You're probably right. I'm gonna admit, I'm kind of being a homer right now. I'm going to admit I'm being fully biased right now towards the Giants, right? But until they beat us, you know what I mean? They don't beat us. I still think, even though their defense did get better in the offseason, much like ours got better, what stayed the same was that defensive line, which is a top defensive line in the league, yes, but it's the same defensive line that Saquon consistently kills whenever he goes up against them.
Exactly.
And then also, Ryan Fitzpatrick is hit or miss week in, week out. I mean, he could have one of the great games against us. He could have 5
touchdowns or 5 interceptions.
Yeah, and absolutely destroy us, and maybe that's how we split, or he could, come out and be really bad. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Until they beat us, they beat us. And guess what? They very well could beat us this year.
I got a few other questions for you. If week 1 for the Giants is Monday Night Football against the Eagles, what's the final score?
59-6. Shout out to the Eagles fans in here. I know Eagles runs Giants is in here. I'm not sure if Philly Notion is still in here. Well, when me and Philly Notion hop on the stream together again, bro, I could already feel it building, bro. That's gonna be hilarious and fun, man. What about you? What's your prediction?
34-10.
Listen, I'm gonna give you the stat line breakdown right now. If the Giants
Saquon will have 1,000 yards rushing.
Listen, if the Giants play Philly week 1 prime time, let's say Sunday Night Football, right? Saquon, he's gonna have 34 carries, bro. You know what I'm saying? $195 and 3 touchdowns, right? Daniel Jones, bro. Daniel Jones
passing yards
will be. He'd be 26 of 32 for 272 and 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. You know what I'm saying? Kenny Galladay is going to have 8 receptions for 113 yards and a touchdown. You know what I mean? And then it's spread amongst the rest. That's the stat line breakdown if we play the Eagles week 1, man.
Oh, look at Nate. I haven't seen Nate in a minute, but look at his comment.
Oh, and I see Notion call back. Hey, Max Webster in here as well. Can't wait to have these guys call in. Tom Liu. He says, run up the score and take out all their players. Eagles versus. I'm just gonna highlight the comments. He says, we own you, the Giants, and y'all have DJ as your QB. Listen,
You have Jalen Hurts.
I feel like using the argument DJ is our QB. I could come right back at you with Jalen Hurts. Guess what? They're both two unproven QBs. Well, Daniel Jones less so than Hurts, but Hurts is definitely an unproven prospect
They
right now.
say Daniel Jones is stupid for fumbling. Meanwhile, didn't Jalen Hurts have 9 fumbles and 4 starts?
Did he? I don't. I actually don't know. So if he did, that's kind of crazy. Philly Notion says, "Who's putting up 40 points? DJ can't even find the."
It's definitely not going to be the Eagles.
This man, I forgot to mention his rushing stats. He's gonna have 2 rushes for 90 yards on y'all, bro. Like, let's not sleep on the Eagles defense, bro.
He won't trip this time.
Exactly. He didn't trip the last time. What was it, like a 40-yard run?
It was. Oh yeah. That was 32, I think. But people always mess with me saying the Giants have a trash quarterback because he tripped. I'm like, cool. We were able to drain more clock and we still scored off that drive. I mean, we still did lose the game. But if Evan Ingram doesn't have pomade in his hands, we win.
Nate says it's rumor we're playing Denver or Philly. I'm gonna be honest.
I want Denver.
I wouldn't mind if it's Denver. That would be very interesting. But I want Philly more. I'm not gonna.
I want to smack Teddy Two Gloves.
Teddy what?
Teddy Two Gloves.
Why do you call him that?
Because he wears 2 gloves. Teddy Bridgewater wears 2 gloves.
Is there something weird with that or something? Am I missing something here? Is that supposed to be weird?
A quarterback's never supposed to wear 2 gloves.
I mean, if the dude wears 2 gloves, you know what I'm saying? He wears
receiver gloves.
Hey, maybe it helps him throw.
He wears this kind, my guy. That's not a quarterback's glove.
If it helps him throw it, I mean, obviously it's got to help him with some for him to be wearing it. You know what I mean?
I mean, to be honest, I throw a tighter spiral when I'm wearing receiver gloves.
Philly Notion, you really think we confident because we won 1 game and not just the course of the season last year, man? Come on, man. Come on.
Once again, you made a receiver that you drafted want to commit Sudoku.
Facts, yo, Philly Notion. Listen, I'm gonna save that for when we actually get together talking about Jalen Reagor and whatnot. But shout out to him tuning in.
I got a new logo for the channel. What you think?
That's pretty cool. I think the Saquon one could be bigger.
Bruh, I had legends, my guy.
I feel like the Saquon one could be bigger. What was your next question? Because I got a couple members that just popped in here. Anthony's going to be up next. Then the legend, No Beard Joel. Then Max, and then Ash Money.
Okay, I've been meaning to ask this to so many people. How many sacks for Aziz?
I mean, that's going to be kind of hard to predict. I'm going to give you a floor. All right? I'm going to say his floor is like 6 or 7.
And he'll get all of those in the first week of the season against Philadelphia.
I mean, I would love if this man has like that was OC, right? Who had like 6 sacks against
We legit have one of the best corners in the league, and this man said he'll put up 150 receiving yards on you.
Listen, it depends who Philly Notion thinks his number 1 receiver is. Does he think it's Rager or Devontae? Either way, none of them ain't smoking Bradbury like that.
When they had Wentz, I thought it was Jalen Hurts. The Eagles' GOAT of receivers is Nick Foles. It has to be.
Oh, 100%. I mean, yeah.
Their greatest wide receiver of all time is Nick Foles, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and this is another thing. Do you think Kadarius Toney will have a big impact for us?
It depends how we use him. Because guess what? This man, Darius Slayton, could very well come out and still keep his job away from Toney. But I still feel like no matter what, he's going to be rotated into the offense a lot. I feel like the word starter for the Giants might not be a thing this year. And what I mean by that is there's going to be guys that are named starters on both the offensive and defensive side of the ball, but still share a good amount of snaps with the guys right behind him. Like, for example, Holmes and Robinson and Slayton and Toney, I think.
What about, what else was I going to say? Who do you think is going to be our starting slot corner coming in the next year? Is it going to be Darnay or the Robinson guy that we drafted?
I wanted it to be Darnay. I feel like it still is going to be Darnay. You know what I'm saying? He got the whole year experience, 1 up on Robinson, but don't sleep on Robinson. He is a really good corner.
That's true. Nerdcage Live says, not so bold prediction. Aziz will have a better career than Chase Young.
I think that's kind of a bold prediction. I'm not gonna lie to you. Chase Young's a better player, my guy. Let's not start capping now, Nerdcage. Chase Young is a better player.
Well, let's be honest. In our scheme, Ojulari is better.
I'm gonna have to see how to use him, right? Because I honestly think he could be our number 1 guy. You know, it all depends. And also, having Leonard Williams clog up, the middle and still getting pressure is
Like,
only
I
going to
really
help
hope we
him.
use
You
it
know what I mean?
right, because on my channel I did a film breakdown of him with Viz and edits. And the one problem, whenever he's in that 4-point stance, because Georgia switches between 3-4 and 4-3 a lot, kind of like the Giants. But whenever they have him in that 4-point stance in a 4-3, he's kind of booty. So I really hope we use him standing up.
I mean, you never know, man. Like
linebacker.
he could really develop. We got 5 months until the season starts.
Yeah.
Either way, I think he's currently the number 1 OLB, and we'll see how it goes.
One thing, how much of an impact do you think that guy Ellerson Smith will have for us?
Personally, I don't think a lot. At least not the first year.
Do you think he's gonna be a practice squad, or do you think he's just gonna be
100%? Half of our rookies, in fact, no, all of our rookies, I think are going to see practice squad time, except for maybe Aziz.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think every rookie is going to see a lot of practice squad time, though.
Yeah.
Not practice squad, special teams is what you meant to say, right?
Yeah, special teams. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what in the world I like how we both were saying practice squad, but we meant special teams. That's crazy. But let me get your last question before I pop you out.
Thanks for having me on. I do think Ojulari is not as good as Chase Young, but thanks for having me on, and peace, I guess.
Peace out.
Let's go Knicks, my guy.
What happened?
Let's go Knicks, my guy.
Let's go Knicks. Hopefully we should beat the Lakers. We'll see.
He fears the braids.
We'll see, man. He can't handle the Randall.
LeBron can't handle the braids. He's scared.
Next up, we got, thank you, Logan. Peace out, man. We got Anthony Martinez. What up, Anthony? How you doing, bro?
What's up? It's been a while since I've been on the channel.
All good, man. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Yeah. I want to talk about 2 things, and then I got a rant about the Eagles fans. So I don't remember if it was in a call-in or it was on the Discord, but I remember bringing up Kadarius Toney after his good game against LSU, and I said keep an eye on this guy. Honestly, I had all my eyes on the LSU receivers, but he also caught my eye. I was actually surprised that we drafted him because I expected us to get a bigger framed receiver.
What were you thinking we were going when we traded back to 20?
Like maybe an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman. A receiver was out of the question because I didn't really have Kadarius Toney in the ranked in a round 1. I thought he would be a second round or third round talent, and that really surprised me that we traded down and we still got a good receiver.
Oh, is there any thoughts you want me to?
Yeah, I guess.
All right, so I mean, listen, man. I was thinking basically the same thing as you when we traded down to 20. I was saying maybe we go an edge here. I was thinking we were going Aziz actually, and Kwity Paye. I remember draft night was the heavy rumor for the Giants. I was like, oh my god, we might go Paye here. We might go Paye. I wanted to go Aziz. If we were going receiver, I was, Toney just wasn't in my mind, and that was captured live. Like he was not on my mind at all. I was thinking Rashad Bateman all the way. And that's because Bateman was ahead of Toney in my own personal rankings. I had Toney as the 5th best receiver in the class with Bateman as the 4th. But and I will never not say this, the more and more I thought about it as time went on, the more and more I liked it. Like I started to realize, oh my God, we got a future 1st-round pick that's extremely valuable. And as you go, and I went back and looked at Toney's production, and because I already saw his tape, if you guys saw my 3rd mock draft, I literally said that I wanted to take Kadarius Toney here, but I had a feeling he wouldn't be available. That was in the 2nd round because I was like, he's going to go in the 1st, so I'm not going to make him slip. He went in the 1st, as predicted. And I did like him for the Giants. He was just not on my mind at all. I was thinking Kwity Paye, Aziz, or Bateman, if anything. And like I said, the more and more you thought about it as you went on, you're like, the dude is extremely fast, extremely agile, so shifty, and could be just used anywhere on the field. And he's going to be used, like I was saying earlier with Logan, on special teams quite a bit because I think he's going to see some time in the return game. But yeah.
Yeah, and the second thing I wanted to talk about was the 2 first-round draft picks we got in this draft. Do you see if Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley don't work out, do you see us getting a quarterback and a running back in the 1st round? Or do you think we're getting a running back later?
So you're saying this year if they don't work out, right?
Yeah.
So this year, if they don't work out, I actually think we would get a quarterback next year, and actually this year if they don't work out, that means we probably had a really bad season. So that means our pick is going to be high. So I don't see us drafting a running back in the first again, but I see us taking a quarterback with whatever the higher of the two picks are if they don't work out. But if both of those guys flop, basically, is what you're saying, then that means we had a really bad season. That means we're picking high.
Or Saquon's like being really expensive, like he's becoming real expensive.
I think, and maybe this is like the really big Giants fan in me holding out, but I think Saquon is gonna we got to speak into existence. When he signs his second contract, I feel like it's going to be a very team-friendly one because we already gave him the fifth-year option. The Giants already trust him enough to give him that. I feel like they're just trying to say, you got to show us you still got it, which I do think I think he's probably going to come back better than ever. And then they're going to be like, all right, we'll work out a deal. But I have no reason to believe Saquon's going to like rob the Giants out of money or anything.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be hit hard next year with the salary cap. And we're going to have some casualties that are really going to disappoint some of us.
Who do you think might be those casualties?
I mean, Sterling Shepard, maybe some of the special team, like really good special teamers, because they really hold no meaning right now, or to them, they could be replaceable. So, like, I'm like expecting like a lot of special team guys, and then maybe Sterling Shepard, because Kadarius Toney probably going to replace him this after 2022. And
I'm going to be really interested to see how the Sterling Shepard situation plays out, because I mean, I want him to stay. By the way, for those of you that don't know, and this was on Twitter a couple, Sterling Shepard is actually currently ranked in Giants receiving history, the receiver with the 5th most receptions, and he could move up that list very easily just this season. Like, it's crazy to think about it, but he's only been here for, what, 5 or 6 seasons since 2016, right? So, like, 5 seasons, and he's already the Giants receiver with the 5th most receptions in our team history. That's kind of crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, and, like, this is going to make me real sad if we do cut him or we trade him, because I grew up, like, watching him for 6 years, and to me, he's, like, a real good, gritty receiver to me. I mean, sure, he does get hurt a lot, but he's always popped up on the screen when in big games to me when I watched him.
And I just like, he's like seeing and hearing all these conversations as well. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest with you, I really want to keep him, but no ideas coming to mind right now as to how we actually keep him, because Saquon's contract is coming up. DJ's contract, if he does this year, is possibly coming up as well. We're just going to have to move around the cap space a lot, especially with the couple of big contracts we just added this offseason.
And the extension with James Bradbury and Blake Martinez, too. All right. And the rant for the Eagles fans, y'all did not finesse us in any sort of way. Y'all just made Devontae Smith take a huge load, because who is y'all's number 1 receiver and who's going to be your starting quarterback? I mean, I know they're going to bench Jalen Hurts sometime mid-season. Like, I have that feeling that he's going to be benched mid-season, and Devontae Smith is going to be banged up because of his weight, and you're also forcing him to be your number 1 receiver. And, like, if he went to the Giants, he wouldn't have to be worried about being the number 1 receiver. We had Kenny Golladay or Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton. We have, like, a plethora of receivers. He wouldn't have to take a huge role with the Giants as he does with the Eagles. I mean, like, what are you guys so excited about? Why do you guys think y'all finessed us? I mean, we literally got 2 first-round picks for next year, and we got a possible steal in the first 2 rounds, first, like, 3, 4, our whole entire draft, honestly.
Now, I'm all for, messing with Eagles fans and messing with the Eagles, but I'll say this. I do believe that Devontae is going to be fine when it comes to his weight, but I do also believe the man doesn't want to be in Philly. Like I really don't think he wants to be in Philly, man.
Yeah, like, you could tell on the look on his face when he got drafted, like, that's the one place he wanted to avoid, because he knew they were going to have trouble. Because the last game, they basically disrespected the whole entire NFL. Everybody was going at them because they basically botched the game.
To be fair, Anthony, they disrespected us only. And I wouldn't say everybody was going at them. It was really just us as Giants fans. I didn't really see any other team going at them.
Like, not like why why lose a game on purpose? I mean, do you guys not have pride in yourselves, like in your organization? I mean,
it's Philadelphia. Like,
I know.
Answer the question yourself, man.
At least have a little bit of respect for yourselves instead of losing this.
Listen, I'll say this. They really thought that they did something when they jumped us, and I'll admit, of course, I was affected by it because I really think Smith would have been the guy. But we rebounded so nicely, man. We traded down, got the extra first, and still got a legitimate weapon.
Yeah, and it looked like the Cowboys and the Eagles were both panicking. Like in both first and second round when we got, or was it the third round we traded up?
We traded up in the third.
Yeah, like they both seemed like they were panicking because they're trying so hard to get ahead of us and pick out weapons.
Who's the Eagles' number one corner right now? Is it Darius Slay still?
Yeah, it's still Darius Slay. I don't.
Yeah, Darius Slay's a number 2 at this point.
Yeah, like they've tried so hard to try to finesse us, and they were panicking because no matter what we do, like we were gonna get weapons, and you could tell that they were mad when we got Aaron Robinson in their war room.
I know for sure Philly wanted Aaron Robinson. I didn't get to see Dallas, but I wouldn't be surprised if they also wanted him.
Yeah, like they were panicking in the first round because they didn't, like, all their corners were gone. Like their top corners were gone, and they just traded and took whatever they could get from the Eagles and picked Micah Parsons, in which everybody believes is going to be a good pick, but I still got a little bit of questions. I have questions for him, about him and how he's going to do.
Man, Anthony, let me get your last thought, man, before I switch you out for Joe.
Sub up to the hub and have a good night.
Did you guys hear that? My bad. That was extremely loud in the background, but thank you, Anthony. That's why I'm over here looking like, yo, be quiet, man. But yo, shout out to Anthony for calling in. Thank you, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
We got Joel out here. Oh my God, I need to prepare myself. Y'all, if you guys haven't seen Joel without the beard, prepare yourself. Maybe you just saw a quick snippet of him. Let's just get him on, man. How you doing, bro? Congratulations on the new channel. I've been watching the videos. The pulled pork looked really delicious, but
oh, dude, I'm full. I'm tired from cooking. That was 10 hours worth of cooking.
Yeah,
that took a long time, but I'm hurt. Really, you can't. You know, I decided to change things up a little bit. It's not like I can't grow the thing back.
You could have trimmed it, man.
Oh, dude,
you could have trimmed it.
I told you my face hurt. I mean, it did. It literally hurt. I mean, oh my God.
Like it was weighing you down?
Yeah, it literally, the skin, oh man, it was getting irritated and raw. And it just, I had to do something different. You know, sometimes you just have to do something different, change your life up a little bit, you know, make an adjustment or two and then move forward. It's not like I can't go back.
I'm sure you can see the chat's reactions.
Yeah, I see the chat's reaction.
While you're doing that, there was actually a couple comments I wanted to highlight here because Tommy G was saying Nate Burleson called them out, referring back to the Eagles, and he was saying no disrespect to Sudfield, but how did Hurts get benched? Obviously talking about week 17. Right. Rick saying, I like the Eagles. The running back that's out of Memphis. Dude could run. Yeah. Mike C says Hurts showed great character during college, replaced by Tua in championship game. On to more success at Oklahoma State. Exemplary dude, it seems. And then Philly Notion says, we gave Washington the division because they have no chance of getting QB, and y'all reached for our QB? Philly Notion, are we really going there right now? We're really going with the reach for honestly speaking, the 2019 quarterback draft class, Daniel Jones is the second best quarterback out of that draft, and he was the second quarterback taken. Honestly speaking, Denver was going to take the man, and Washington was going to take him before we got to pick 17. So I don't know, man. By all definitions, he was not a reach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that kills me. The Eagles took Hurts in the second round when they could have got him in the fourth round. I mean, yeah, and you guys are trash talking Daniel Jones. I mean, the only reason people hate on Daniel Jones is because the so-called experts rated him a second-round quarterback. So that's the only reason why it's a reach, is because his numbers equated to a second-round pick. How many quarterbacks this year are going to be a reach? Sam Darnold was a reach. I mean, the Jets didn't do him any favors. You want look at all the Browns quarterbacks that were taken for 20 years. Those were all reaches. When it comes to a quarterback, you reach. That's the one position you have to have. How about Mitch Trubisky? You want to reach? You know, Carson Wentz, he's not even on your team anymore. Was that a reach? I mean, how far into this do you guys really want to go?
Jared Goff, number 1 overall pick.
There you go. He's not even on the team anymore. So you can say what's a reach is a reach, but the end result's the end result. I guess Barkley was the right pick.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, as far as that goes, I mean, Hurts got benched, like you just read, and then he couldn't even keep the starting job at Alabama, which is probably between Alabama, Clemson, and maybe Ohio State, but Ohio State quarterbacks don't really work out. You're looking at 3 of the biggest schools in the country that are probably the most equal to a pro system. So you take your shots. You do what you have to do. If you like the guy, you like the guy. We all liked Daniel Jones' rookie year. Everybody hated Dave Gettleman. Now, all of a sudden this year, you know, Gettleman's got a coach that knows what he's doing. We don't have Shermer or McAdoo anymore. Judge knows what he wants. Gettleman understands that, gets Judge what he wants, and everything's on Judge. Gettleman's getting no credit. But, yeah, everybody's not saying fire Gettleman anymore. Well, Judge Jones is going to do the same thing. Sorry, I was reading
no, you could go ahead and respond to it. I think I know which one you were looking at.
Oh, the Joel. Yeah, you can highlight that. Why did your whole nation boo your franchise quarterback when drafted because y'all knew he was butt cheeks? Hell, I didn't boo. And my wife can testify to that. I was laughing like hell at Bad Dog and the Entertainer's reaction to that. When they flipped out, I was laughing. And my wife looked at me and says, "You like him?" I said, "Yeah, I like him." I like his background.
Another thing I will say, my reaction is also up on the channel, like my day after, where I said I'm going to give him a chance. But if we're really going to judge draft day reactions, then like 99% of those things are wrong.
Well, look at this year when we traded down. How many Giants fans were upset about that? But there was no blown out reaction. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure if there were some YouTubers out there or people that had a channel, you would have saw that reaction, not knowing that getting that value. And then when we drafted Tony, because everyone was thinking of the kid from Michigan, and that blew everyone's mind because I was in a live stream on another guy's channel and everybody just kind of froze and they're like, "Who's this guy?" You know, they've never heard of him, but I'm clapping up a storm. I like the pick.
This is a good point, Duran. It's a good point.
Trash. Yeah, man. Then McNabb wound up in Washington. So anyway, now that rant's over with, let's talk a little bit about the schedule that's coming out tomorrow night. We got some West Coast games, and I hope they're not back to back.
We have how many West Coast games are we playing away? All of them, or like?
Well, we got the Chargers away, don't we? Or are they at our house? We got the Raiders.
Let me pull it up, actually.
That's the one thing that I'm afraid of. And then it's like everybody's talking about just Philly week 1. Well, how many primetime games are the Giants going to have this year?
So I don't know how many I actually want like less primetime games because I really like the 1 o'clock games. I could catch all of them, no problem, whatnot. And I feel like the team is better prepared. But away, we got the Chargers away. We got Kansas City away. Yep. So those are your West Coast right there, and we have Broncos and Raiders at home.
Broncos and Raiders are at home. Okay. Well, you know what? Kansas City on a Monday night, week 4 would be fine with me.
That's very specific.
Very specific. I don't know. I just kind of like it. Do you know
something, or do you want to share some information?
I'm psychic, man. I might not have the beard, but I still got the answers.
Okay. Who we playing week 1, man?
I really want it to be Philly. I really do. But don't be surprised if it's not Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay week 1? That's one I haven't heard of.
I would like Tampa Bay because they're the Super Bowl champions. And if they come if we go down there and beat them, because I think Tampa Bay's an away game.
Tampa Bay is an away game, yeah.
So Sunday night football, Tampa Bay Giants. We go down there and win. What are all these so-called sports experts that are predicting Dallas to win the division and go to the Super Bowl again this year that we have to listen to?
I
We
agree
go down
with you.
there. We go down there,
Yeah.
beat the hell out of them, and then when we come back Monday night or Tuesday morning,
I agree with you a lot, and I would like Tampa Bay to be number one. Here's the reason they're not going to be, because they are the Super Bowl champs. They're probably going to give them a more quote-unquote marquee matchup, probably with a team that was in the playoffs last year or something like that.
Yeah, because I don't know. I see video makers are just like the Giants are the most improved team this year, so a lot of teams aren't going to want us coming in on week one. I really feel that. I do. I mean, well, look at all the hype that we have now. I mean, yeah, we had a losing season last year, but everybody wanted weapons. Well, we got weapons. Everybody wanted an edge rusher. Well, we got the edge rusher that, 80-90% of the Giants fans wanted in Ojulari? Free. The only thing we're questioning is the O-line. But if Judge is confident and he thinks there's somebody out there that we can get later on because he's cut, released, whatever. What was that one guy there that we got? Oh, he was a guard when the line was all messed up. Soldier was playing left tackle, but we picked up a guard from somewhere. And he
talking about Zach Fulton, the one that we picked up in free agency?
No, this was a couple years ago.
Oh, the guy from the Rams?
Yeah.
Forgot his name, to be honest.
I do too. But you know what? He was serviceable for 6 weeks. I mean,
Jamal Brown.
Yeah, through the waiver wire, you don't know who scored the first touchdown on the Giants. I'm going to say.
I hope it's Saquon.
Oh, I don't know. I'd like it to be Kadarius Toney, to tell you the truth, on a slant about from the 30-yard line.
If it's Toney, I want it to be on a kick return.
Kick return.
When was the last time we had a kick return touchdown?
Oh, man. All I can remember is the one that happened in 2000 in the Super Bowl. And that was an awful experience. That's the last one I can remember. Oh, hi, Nikki.
Hello, Nikki.
Yes, hello.
Everything good?
Oh, yeah, I finally joined Twitter too. You're kind of active on that Twitter thing there, aren't you?
I am pretty active on Twitter.
Yes.
You guys, if you aren't following me on Twitter, should go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I feel like I tweet out really good tweets and occasionally really funny things happen on there.
Yeah, he's not afraid to make a play either. I noticed that one.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's what my Twitter reputation is at this point, right?
Hey, you know what? It's better than something else it could be.
It's true.
However you want to look at it. But
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what? We all got a lot of hope for the season coming up. And yeah, we got to wait 4 months, but if I heard it right, I think a couple of teams are going to start having players come in and doing walkthroughs, and other coaches are trying to work it out with players that they can get them in and do some walkthroughs. And, we're going to get some news about that. We have to wait. I mean, it's going to be,
He's speaking facts, bro. He's speaking
Kay Adams DM'd you. Really?
Facts, bro. Listen, I can't let y'all know how or when or all the facts about it, but listen, man.
Did it include a restraining order?
Yo. Nikki, by the way, Joel's channel's already out, and shout out to Brooklyn in there as well. What up, Brooklyn?
Yeah, I did. I got a couple of videos. I was going to try to do one today, but I didn't have it in me. I mean, listen, doing this is easy. Mm-hmm. Sitting here talking to you because we can bounce stuff off. But when you're looking at a camera and you're trying to do a video now I can talk a long time, but for some ungodly reason, I just can't do it when I'm trying to record. And it's like I had to delete a video 6 times because I kept calling them the Oakland Raiders. And it's like, oh my God, I can't start over. the editing and everything, man, more power to you guys. This is really hard, and the
I'll
effort.
say though, I
guys
really like especially with the cook and relax one. I feel like that's gonna be a nice direction for your channel to go, and I did like that one a lot.
I did that because I feel with everything that's starting to loosen up and the restrictions aren't so confining, and people can go out like you. Go out to the park with your friends, or just a friendly reminder that, look, we need social gatherings. We need to let people know that we're thinking
We need
about
interaction.
Yes, and it's like, people are saying, well, I can't come, and it's like, all I do is give you an invite. Whether you show up or not, that's up to you. But I'm not going to take it personal if you
Bro,
don't show up.
I'm telling y'all, bro. If I was in upstate, no, are you in upstate or Western New York, George?
I'm in Western New York, south of Rochester.
If I was in Western New York and I got an invite from Joel to go and eat some freshly made pulled pork, I would be there. What you doing now?
Hey, if you want, right down the road in Naples, New York, they got a haunted hotel. You can stay the night there, and it's only 5 minutes.
A haunted hotel?
Yeah, it's on one of the Ghost Adventure channels, the Naples Hotel.
I've had enough experiences with the paranormal, man.
Oh man, I grew up in an old doctor's house. I know there were ghosts in that one.
Yeah, no, several for me. But yeah, Joe, let's swing it back to the Giants real quick, and the room is actually full. So let me get 2 more questions out of you, man.
Okay, you want 2 more?
Yeah.
Ooh. It's we got to stop with the losing mentality of what if. Because I'm guilty of doing it myself too. Because it's like one of the guys brought up, what if we use Kadarius Toney in the special teams, punt returns, kick returns, and I was like, oh no, I don't want that because I don't want another Jason Sehorn incident. So we really need to just let everything develop and trust Joe Judge.
Mm-hmm.
And stop with the what if Daniel Jones. I mean, we all know the situation. I mean, if the Eagles fans can root for Hurts, we really need to step up and back up Daniel Jones. We really do.
And before Darnold was traded, there was a good amount of Jets fans that still wanted him to be there and they were rooting for him,
Exactly. But, the Jets did Darnold dirty in his 3rd year, whereas the Giants went out and got him the stuff to succeed. We've all seen him step up. We've all seen him try to make a play, and then he gets hit, something happens, the ball gets knocked out, loose, fumble.
Mm-hmm.
Evan Ingram, look, we got to have trust in him because he is our quarterback this year. There's no denying that. I mean, we don't have a backup that's going to come in and take over that can replace him. As far as next year in the draft, which will be my second topic here, how many good quarterbacks are coming out? Because I heard that kid Rattler, he's got an attitude. The kid from USC, he's kind of iffy. This year's going to decide a lot about him. We don't have a Trevor Lawrence coming out. We don't have anybody really that's a Joe Burrow type that's going to come out and dominate a team and take off on the field. That's, again, it's going to be a reach for a quarterback. So we might roll with Daniel Jones year 4 and then wait for the following draft to see what's there, what's available. I personally don't think it's going to happen. I think Daniel Jones is going to be a top 10 quarterback this year. There's
top 10. That's very high. That's very
top
high.
10.
That's very high.
Oh, listen. We like I said, we've all seen him make plays. We've seen him make throws. We know he can do it. We've seen him put the touch on the ball that Evan Ingram can't catch it to the sideline. Yeah, you know what? He threw interceptions. That's trying to make a play. He's just trying too hard, and he doesn't have anybody there. Now we got Galladay. We got Toney. Saquon's back. So we open up the run pass option. I don't want to see a lot of that. But if he fakes the ball to Saquon, rolls out to the right and hits Kadarius Toney on a slant, or Galladay down the sideline on a 50-50 ball, we know he can put it there. We've watched him do it. But guys will not hang on to the ball. He had 16 drops. He was sacked 45 times. Hey, those kind of numbers are Andrew Luck type. Andrew Luck was a special player. He just had it built in from day one, playing college and then stepping into the pros. He had everything. Daniel is just a learning process. And now there's going to be a second year under the same system.
It's like Calvin is saying here. NFL fans have been way too impatient with developmental rookies, or with the development of rookies. To an extent, the same can be said for head coaches and general managers. And then he ends it off with, Joel, did you star in the movie Slapshot?
Oh, but I was around for Slapshot. I remember watching that when it came out. But the Hanson brothers. Put the foil on, baby. Let's go. That's a Giants team this year. Put the foil on. Eagles, we're put the foil on for you.
And then a couple more shout outs here. Brooklyn, man, listen, you never DM me in the first place. Evan Ingram in the chat, and he was shocked that you said those things about him, even though they were the truth.
Video don't lie, my friend.
Tape don't lie, man. Tape do not lie.
That's
and then
right.
John Ferris says 2006 to 2007 offense is extremely similar to the offense now with the O-line, with Plaxico signing, and then obviously I'm guessing he's saying with Kenny Galladay signing, Eli and DJ, Saquon equals Tiki. Now, of course, I hope we retain Saquon and then, and then leave like Tiki did. Obviously, that was a completely different situation though, but it's going to be amazing. And yeah, Authentic, I completely agree with you here. Not only the RPO, everything is going to look so great just because of the infusion of talent this offseason.
Yes, because we know that we watched on highlight film, Kadarius Toney broke a kid's ankles and the kid never even touched him. You watch some of those routes that kid runs and they say that he needs to work on his routes. If that's the case, he's only his ceiling is way up here. I mean, he did a twist on this one poor kid and left him still standing at the hash, and he was going halfway across the field over to the other hash.
I said it on Twitter. When teams play the Giants, they're going to need to leave their ankles at the door because Kadarius and Saquon are going to take them.
Yes, because, I mean, you got the Galladay, Toney, Slayton, Shepard. We go to a 4-wide set, and then Barkley comes out of the backfield on a swing pass. That should definitely go ahead and come with a blitz because Daniel Jones is going to pop it to Barkley, or he's got Kadarius Toney or Galladay. And these guys are going to catch the ball. We've seen that. Mm-hmm. The other guys, I mean, Shepard's got pretty good hands, but he drops a couple. But
Joe, let me get your very last one before I pop in Max here.
Man, just sum up the hub, and then this guy coming on next, Max Webster. He's got a pretty awesome channel. He lets you know the inside views of some of the YouTubers. He's got a couple interesting ones coming up. So
and of
you
course,
might want to subscribe.
Classified 3F with Joe. I hope to see more grilling and cooking videos, to be honest.
Well, thank you. You probably will. I'm going to be a grandfather here in August, so my daughter's having a baby shower. Yes, thank you. So I'll be definitely doing another. I'm not sure. This one might be a sirloin, or maybe I'll do a turkey.
Yeah, somebody was saying they'd want to see you do steak on the channel.
Okay.
There you go. You already got a request.
All right, I'll have to do some sirloin. I got to get some fishing videos up. I tried, but that was a fiasco.
Mm-hmm. But Joe, once again, thank you for tuning in, man. Have a good one.
Thank you for having me on.
Max, what's up, bro?
How you doing, Hub? How's your night going?
That camera quality always gets me, man. I'm good, bro. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Busy day, 10-hour day of work, get home, and Tuesday nights are always my record nights, so went into that, spent the night uploading, getting ready, and then after this, I'm going to hit the hay and go to bed and do it all over again tomorrow because I got the episode premiering, so.
Yeah.
busy day. You got any busyness today?
For me, Tuesdays and Fridays when I usually work the most, so that was basically my entire afternoon. And then I came home. I had to rewatch lectures because this week, next week, and the week after, basically the entire month away, it's not really finals week for me. It's just finals month because of the way my classes are structured. So I was rewatching a bunch of lectures when I got home today, and then early in the morning, I got up a bit late. I got up at like 9 or 10-ish, and I was trying to make a video, but I didn't have the energy, so I just let it slide, and I ended up doing like nothing in the morning. But then like in the afternoon, it picked up.
So talking about the schedule, I know it comes out tomorrow, but I'm not aware of when tomorrow. Do you know?
I think it's in the night. 8 in the night or 9 in the night, which is funny
Oh,
because
so
that's
it's like
gonna make
nighttime.
yeah. I don't know why they're doing it. I don't know if they're doing like a big show or something, but it's like at night. But that works for us because Young Guns is gonna be at 9:30 anyway. Oh,
Nice,
7:30.
nice.
Edward says when
Okay,
it's coming out.
there it is. All right, cool. So everybody wants the Eagles. Joel mentioned Tampa Bay. I saw Nate talking about Denver. But I mean, let's be real. Other than last year, when was the last time we didn't play the Cowboys week 1?
I think it was like 09,
Right.
maybe.
So
10,
I would
09,
love the Eagles. That would be great. But if I'm being realistic, I'd put my money on the fact that we're probably going to play the Cowboys week 1. Just how history goes.
Mhm.
What about you? Not who do you want, but who would you put your money on to see that we were playing?
I wanna say the NFL is not gonna give us the Cowboys. Maybe it's wishful thinking because last year they didn't, and maybe they're like, yo, we've literally given the Giants 10 out of the last 11 years, the Cowboys, right? So you make a good point. If you're a betting man, Cowboys would be the safest one. But obviously, I want the Eagles. If I were to put a bet, I believe the Denver rumors a little bit. I don't know
Yeah,
why. I feel like that could make sense. You know what I'm saying? Both of
Pat
the
Shermer thing.
QBs, both third-year QBs. Of course, the Pat Shermer connection and whatnot. Like, I feel like it would make some kind of sense.
I could get behind Denver. I don't think it'd be nearly as exciting of a week 1 as, we're hoping for with the Eagles. I also don't necessarily, after last year and watching all 4 of these teams kind of start off to a really bad year because none of us played each other really that much beyond,
Mhm.
I see the NFL going, yeah, we're not going to do that again, and it'll be division games week 1, I would say, just because of that reason alone.
Okay, division games week 1. So that rules out kind of like. Actually, I don't know. I was gonna say Super Bowl
That's just
matchup,
my
but I
opinion.
don't.
I
I
could
don't think.
completely be way off.
Okay, then. I don't know. You know what? You make sense. I get where the logic is coming from, but I feel like at the end of the day, they're gonna try and have like a very entertaining opening weekend for what is essentially gonna be the official having fans back in the stands and stuff like that. You know what I
Right.
mean? And don't get me wrong, division opponents are always gonna be entertaining, but I don't know, man. Like, if what do you want? Like, other than the Eagles, maybe you want the Eagles week 1, but other than the Eagles, what do you want?
I want the Eagles mostly because not even necessarily because of week 17 or even them trading up in front of us and taking Devontae Smith. But since that pick of Devontae Smith, I've heard a lot of Eagles fans and Eagles chatter thinking that one player in Devontae Smith moves
Fixes
them
their
from
entire team.
it moves them from the clear underdogs to take the division this year to being in obvious contention. And that's what Eagles fans are starting to think. Now, in my opinion, I still think Devontae Smith will be a good wide receiver in the NFL.
And I do
don't
too.
lower my expectations
Yeah.
just because he's going to a division rival. But in my opinion, there's only one position on that field that can change a team around like that in just one player, and that's the quarterback position. There's only one position, and it's not wide receiver. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. So that's the reason I want them, because the Eagles are hype because
need to
they
be
got
humbled.
Devontae Smith. Yes.
Which is funny because that's what they're saying about the Giants. The Giants need to be humbled. I'm just like, yo, you guys got Smith, a great wide receiver, somebody that I wanted. And like you, Max, I'm not going to lower my expectations because he went to the Eagles. Like I
Right.
said earlier, I was like, nah, I still think he's going to be fine. Shout out to Anthony. I'm not bashing you, Anthony. I'm just bringing up the point where Anthony was like, he doesn't know if he could survive the weight. I've been on record saying I think DeMonte's going to be fine with his weight. If there's anything that's going to affect him, is going to be the offensive game plan. Because he was one of the top receivers in college football. That's not changed. That hasn't
Absolutely.
changed because he went
Yeah.
to the Eagles, right? But yeah, if people are asking for the lineup, so up next is Ash Money, then Football Talk with Benny, then Miz, then Jay Saint, then Rick, then Big Pat. But yeah, go ahead there, Max.
So last night I went on Big Pat's call-in stream. He had a show with Bobby Skinner and a bunch of call-in people, and I asked a really what I would consider a tough question to answer, right? So going into this year, every single one of us Giants fans, obviously we wanted the wide receiver, we wanted the edge, we wanted these cornerback twos to help bolster the roster. But I think every single one of us still has the same question lingering, and the big question that remained at the beginning of the offseason, which is Daniel Jones going to prove that he can be the guy? So my question to them as a panel last night, and I'm going to ask you your opinion as well. If Daniel Jones goes out there and he, while on the field, shows that, he's learning, he's reading defenses better, he's audibling well, he's making smart decisions, he's got better pocket awareness, he's making throws, but yet again, some point in this year, he has an injury for 3 to 4 weeks and he sits out on the bench. Does that ruin your opinion of him being the guy moving forward, now having 3 years straight of injuries, regardless of the performance he has while on the field?
Not really, and it's going to sound weird, even though I've said don't call him injury prone. I don't think he is injury prone, but I've kind of almost expect some sort of thing to happen this year. There's a reason we signed Mike Glennon, long neck Mike Glennon, who's not known as the greatest QB in the world, but guess what? He's a really good backup QB, and he could for sure hold down the fort should DJ go out. But it doesn't change my opinion of him. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you say he improves, but he still gets nicked up a little bit. Nah, it doesn't change my opinion of him.
Yeah, so I guess that was just like my big question too, was like, that's just something a lot of people aren't talking about, right? Where everyone's saying we can't leave excuses, so we need to have wide receivers, we need to have an offensive line, we need.
But here's the thing,
better.
Max. Specifically,
Now,
you specifically said, the timing or the time he's out is going to be basically where he was out rookie year and second year.
Right.
If it's longer than that, then that's when my opinion changes. But if it's same amount of time.
But I'm saying you see a 3-year pattern of 3 or 4 weeks, that's got to have some sort of concern. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that it would remove him from me wanting him as the quarterback, but it's just something that people aren't talking about, and I think it should be talked about because it's a good I wouldn't say good possibility, but there's a solid chance that he misses some time again.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think,
with 3 years in a row, it's not longer coincidence, it's pattern at that point.
Right, and I think that's obviously something that has to be considered, especially to Dave Gettleman and Joe Judge when we go into next year's draft with all this draft capital. Yeah, Daniel Jones might come out and show some flashes, but if he's not on the field again this year for however long that they're not okay with, even if he's good, do they move up and try to get someone? You know what I mean? So a lot of people on the panel last night were kind of on the same page you were at. They felt that, obviously Joel specifically, his response was, it depends on the injury. Right? Like if it's another leg, thigh, whatever, 3-4 weeks, no big deal. But if it's like his shoulder, his elbow or whatever, something that could affect his performance, then he might start to move off of the idea. But to me, it's more about the pattern, right? I got so used to growing up and seeing Eli and that Iron Man type quarterback who just didn't miss games. And now the last 2 years, our starting quarterback has missed games. Mm-hmm. So I think, I don't know. That's just my opinion, but
it's like you said, we got used to it, and I wouldn't say we take it for granted because I'm sure fans now they're now recognizing the fact that DJ has been injured in both of his years. But yeah, it's definitely something that was super underrated about Eli, the Iron Man.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and I don't know that you'll ever see that again. He went.
I don't think in the league that it is right now because quarterbacks have to be mobile, so it just means more opportunities to get nicked.
Right, and I mean, other than the one game that, Ben McAdoo decided to shove it to the ownership, Eli hadn't missed a game in, over 16 years? Or was it 16 exactly? Something like that. I don't, due to injury anyways. But, look, man, I won't clog your calls. I know you got a full room. Thanks for having me. And for all these Giants fans in here and any Philly fans that might still be remaining, if you want more Giants and Philly talk, then my guest on the podcast this week is actually Joe Castro from Philly in the podcast here on YouTube. So, learn a little bit about him. And obviously,
and Max has already had on Philly 500 in the past.
Yep, Philly 500. That's actually my most successful video, surprisingly. But, we're obviously going to talk a little bit Giants, Eagles, and in more of a calm manner, right? We're not butting heads. We're just kind of talking about the teams, but appreciate you having me, and I hope you have a good night. I'll be in the chat for a little bit, and then I'm going to head to bed.
For sure, Max. Thank you for calling in, man. As usual, he got the setup going, very professional-like. And guys, check out his channel where he interviews creators, not necessarily to talk sports, but to get to know the creators themselves. Max, have a good one, man. Before I get Ash Money on here, I think I might have cut him off. My bad, Max. I think I might have cut you off by accident there. I just want to say shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys are amazing. We got 73 people in here. Thank you for tuning in. Joe Di Piazza, Duran, King Tony, Tom Liu, Evan Ingram, AJ Kareem, Chris Sanford, Cold Boy Deception, Mini Guy, Rico Blue. Thank you guys for tuning in. Next up, we got Ash Money. How you doing, man?
Yo, what's going on, bro?
What's up, man?
Yeah, I kept on popping out and popping in and popping back out because my light just flickered on and off. I was getting some Chinese food and my phone was dying.
What you got though?
I got some Korean, like some Chinese barbecue wings and some chicken fried rice.
Is it Chinese or Korean?
They say
Korean barbecue is fire, bro.
It tastes like Korean barbecue, but it's not like it's like sweet. And I know a lot of people when they hear barbecue, they think actual like barbecue, but it's kind of like a sweet. That's why I said Korean barbecue.
Oh, real quick, before you continue, I forgot to say Nate is gonna tune out soon because his AP exam tomorrow. Yo, good luck on your AP exam, Nate.
Good luck, Nate. I know.
Hopefully, hopefully you pass that. You know what I'm saying? Got a 4 or 5. Chris, what up in here as well? Bill, noteworthy. Yep.
Oh, my fault. I was about to say my only AP exam, I got a 1 and I fell asleep.
You fell asleep?
It was my A push exam. My junior year in high school. I just gave up. But also, I know we want to get into some football talk, but I never had Guyanese Chinese food. And I know we both Guyanese.
Straight fire, bro.
Bro, when I come down to New York or come up to New York, you gotta show me something.
I'm down to show you some, but I'll tell you this: it's good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The one here in New York, but it still doesn't compare to the one actually from Guyana, bro.
Yeah.
Was it your mom or your dad that's Guyanese, Ash?
My mom. My dad's Puerto Rican.
You got to ask her about it, man.
I still wanted to go to Guyana just to see like what my grandparents did. But enough of that. Let's get into some football talk or Giants talk. I wanted to get into about like what you and Max were talking about like the Devontae Smith Eagles thing and like how Eagles fans think it's gonna save their whole team. Like literally, Devontae Smith and you're right. I'm not gonna change how I feel about Devontae Smith. To me, Devontae Smith was the best route runner in the draft, and just like what you said, I've been preaching this when we had the whole. Or when I was on your channel and there was like a whole O-line versus receiver debate, I said like
multiple times.
Yeah, like size doesn't matter. Like you're not gonna catch him, or you could barely catch him. So I'm not worried about that, and I'm still gonna keep those same beliefs. Now, Micah Parsons, on the other hand, I will say this: if the character issues are true, then Dallas was the perfect place for him. I'm not gonna lie.
Like we were saying, teams that might take a chance on him. It was Dallas, Oakland, Las Vegas, and I couldn't really think of a third one because they always take a chance on them.
I thought Denver was gonna take him, but yeah. And I was just gonna say about the Devontae Smith thing was like, is he gonna be like Odell? Like literally, like, and if you look in the past couple of years, like the best receiver that like impacted like a team like that in like recent history, because Antonio Brown got drafted, when did he got there? Like 2009?
That's a good question. I actually don't know when. I don't think 09.
Because I think when the
Steelers
went to the Super Bowl, that was like his rookie year, I think, or his sophomore year.
2010, 6th round.
Yeah. So in like the past like 10 years or 9 years, the only receiver that really impacted the team like that I would say
their rookie year was Odell. Yeah.
So and that didn't.
Oh no, wait, we got to give something to Justin Jefferson. He definitely had an impact on the Vikings.
Yeah, but like with Odell, that didn't even make us win a lot. So even like if y'all think Devontae Smith is going to be that good, you're not really gonna win that much,
And the Eagles have so many other holes on their roster.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, they need. Even my first mock draft where the draft order was initially released, I had them going corner when they were at 6, just because I felt like it was more of a need for them than receiver. I had them going Surtain just because Darius Slay is like 30 years old, and literally the only defensive back that I could name at that time other than Darius Slay was Jalen Mills, and he went to New England. But they signed Anthony Harris on like a 1-year deal, I think, at safety. But yeah, their secondary isn't that good, and plus their secondary they get injured a lot as well. Same with like their front seven is getting real.
Don't forget their linebacking core now.
Yeah, their front. That's what I was saying. Their front seven is getting like real old. Like Fletcher Cox, the names are slipping from me right now, but yeah, they're getting real old. And then like Dallas, their linebacker, they don't really have a good secondary either, and their linebacker core is like built to like I would say blitz. Like they're built to blitz.
And it looks like they're overhauling their linebacking core too because they took Parsons and Jabril Cox.
Yeah, and Jabril Cox is like, if he's like in coverage, I think he's just gonna get ate up because I don't see him as a good that good of a coverage linebacker.
You were never a fan of him during the draft process?
No, I actually wanted him. I wanted him, and I got mad when Dallas took him. When was that? The 4th round. But I just didn't think he was as good like a coverage linebacker. But I wanted him as a player. He'll be good like attacking like the gaps and stuff for Dallas. I think he'll be good. And then I guess I'll move on to this other question.
Wait, before you move on, you kind of covered the Eagles and Dallas draft a little bit. What about Washington?
Oh yeah, Washington. I felt like when they picked, y'all like to say Jamin Davis.
I just say Jamin. I don't know how you pronounce it, man. I just say Jamin.
I felt I was kind of surprised by that pick, and I get they needed like a linebacker. But I was kind of surprised, and then I like when they didn't they get a guard? Didn't they get a guard or like an?
I got to pull up Washington's draft because the two names that are sticking out to me was that they got Diami Brown and Jamin Davis, and yeah, Washington fans are really excited about the Brown pick.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna say I'm scared, but I really like their receiving.
Oh, they got Sam Cosmi tackle down. That was a good pick in the second round because he was at 51. That was a good pick.
Yeah. So I really think Washington is going to I think the receiving core is really it's going to be good. And it's going to be a good challenge for us. But then again, we have Ryan Fitzpatrick throwing the ball. Maybe he has another Fitzmagic season. Maybe he has another, lackluster fluke season. That's the good thing about the offseason is like all the speculation and stuff. So I think out of all the drafts, though, I think Washington, like outside of us, like out of our opponents, I think Washington had the best draft. Then
hands down for me, man, hands down.
Yeah, then it was Philly and then Dallas, but I think Philly got them by like a small margin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then about the schedule, since it does come out tomorrow, and I know y'all probably be talking about it tomorrow on Young Guns. I kind of agree with Joel, like about Tampa Bay, because like
you want them week 1, or do you think we'll get them week 1? Which one?
I want them week 1. I don't want them more than Philly, but they're like the second team that I would want.
Here's the thing: I see why y'all want them week 1, and I would too. It's just that it's not gonna happen because of ratings and whatnot, you know.
Yeah, but then again, like we did have a good like that game against Tampa Bay last year really put like the Giants like in terms of like on like media and stuff and like on like First Take and like ESPN. It really had like them talking about the Giants and like us like fighting, being like a well fought team, Like even Stephen A. Smith came out and was like, I like how Joe Judge, you know how he does. He tried to find that. He used that as like his out, But so, and then last year they gave the Chiefs the Texans. So, well, would you say the Texans were would you view them as a good team like going into like last season?
Well, yeah, because the Chiefs-Texans matchup opening week was a rematch of the playoff matchup. Remember?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
And it was also, Watson Mahomes. Like, that was a good team going into the season.
Yeah. Yeah, I would just really like to face Tampa Bay because, like, first it would be like on a Thursday night game. So, like, just imagine we just like pull something off and we surprise everybody, and then the next morning we'll be getting talked about on like on Good Morning Football. Kay Adams will be talking about the Giants and stuff. Because I remember like Good Morning Football, like after like
Good Morning Football. Not only is it one of the only good football shows out there, unlike like his First Take and FS1, Undisputed, you really shouldn't go to them for like good football takes. Good Morning Football. Not only are they good at what they do, but they do show not just the Giants, just New York teams a good amount of love.
That's why I like when I listen to people like even on ESPN, I listen to like people like Ryan Clark and Orlowski, because like they play the game, and like when Orlowski talks about quarterbacks, like he really knows what he's talking about. And same when Nate Burleson.
Like people clown Dan because of his NBA takes, but he has respectable NFL takes.
Yeah, and I kind of Colin Cowherd is kind of like in and out for me. But yeah, and then I don't know if y'all got like the y'all were talking about like the last time we had like a kick return. I think it was Dwayne Harris versus.
Yeah, somebody said in chat 2015 Dwayne Harris.
Yeah, that game. That's when they had like Matt Castle.
Yo, Dwayne Harris was an elite special teamer, man.
Yeah, he was really good. I was kind of upset when we got rid of him. But how do you feel when I was on Pat's channel last night? How do you feel about because I said this the other night or last night. I said if Daniel Jones shows that he can progress as a quarterback and Saquon is back to being Saquon, we can do all things through Christ which strengthens us. All right. We got one good lick out of that. They called it the Chase Young Bowl. It was the first NFL game I went to when we played Washington in Washington, and Saquon had like almost 200 rushing yards, and Daniel Jones threw for 5 touchdowns. So, how do you think Daniel Jones is like going to take that next step? Like, well, I'm sure you have confidence, but like, and I've always said this, I said Daniel Jones, there's no way he can fail. Like, if everything's firing on all cylinders, if Daniel Jones fails, I'm going to feel like betrayed because we literally built this offense for you. So how do you feel, like, your honest, like, non-biased opinion about Daniel Jones?
Okay, my honest, non-biased opinion about Daniel Jones is that I think he should succeed this year. He should take a step forward because he took a step forward last year. It's not going to show in the stats at all, but we know that as the year went on, he got more comfortable in the pocket. His pocket presence did improve. He actually started reading through, each of his receivers. He improved in the stuff that doesn't show up in stat sheets. You know what I mean? He improved, just with, scanning the field, with getting to know the game better, with being more comfortable, with making more accurate throws, actually, as the year went on. So I expect him to take another step forward because I think he has all the mental tools, and he's also technically, he's a good quarterback, technically speaking. It's just a matter of him finally just getting it all together, putting it all together, and letting it show up on the stat sheet as well. He should improve. Should the O-line as well, be at average, should we say?
And I say this too. Like a lot of people, and I got into an argument with my uncle, or kind of like a debate with my uncle, and he brings up like he's not a Daniel Jones guy, and the thing that he brings up is like he's not, Daniel Jones is not. He's not going to be Deshaun Watson. He's not going to be Patrick Mahomes. He's not going to be this and that. And I'm just like, we don't need him to be, because I brought this up on Pat's show last night, and that panel was like stacked, like it was loaded. But I said, out of like all these quarterbacks, out of all, like you say, the top 5 elite quarterbacks, only outside of Tom Brady, only 2 of them right now has like been in the Super Bowl, right? Which is Aaron Rodgers. And in the past 5 years, Aaron Rodgers been to 3 NFC Championship games and hasn't been to the Super Bowl once. Patrick Mahomes, what he did to come back in that Super Bowl was amazing, but like, and I don't want to take it away from him, but Jimmy Garoppolo really like cost the 49ers a game because he overthrew that pass to Emmanuel Sanders. Deshaun Watson hasn't been to the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson hasn't been to the Super Bowl. Josh Allen hasn't been to the Super Bowl. And granted, they are still early in their careers, but you see these good, solid, average quarterbacks making it to the Super Bowl, like Jared Goff, uh, um, Jared Goff, Jimmy Garoppolo, Nick Foles, and to be honest, if Carson Wentz didn't get hurt, I don't think the Eagles would have made it to the Super Bowl. It probably would have been Case Keenum with the Vikings.
Really? And real
Yeah,
quick, let me get the super chat here. Shout out to Max for the $2 super chat. He says Tana just said he wants the Chargers week 1. I could see it and I could understand it because obviously Justin Herbert, I don't care what anybody said, that man was supposed to be a Giant. I really think he went back to Oregon to duck the Giants, and then he got taken by the Chargers. But also another thing, Justin Herbert holds the rookie touchdown record, right?
Mhm.
That's a record DJ should have held if he never got injured. I'm just saying that, man. If DJ never got injured, that's Daniel Jones's record, not
DJ
Justin Herbert.
and Pat Shermer were such like a good fit. Like they were the perfect fit in the scheme. And I wish.
Yo, what up, Engraven? He said he heard Lamar's name when you mentioned Lamar Jackson, and YouTube alerted him.
Don't come at me. But yeah, and I know Pat Shermer, he was a horrible coach, but dude, his scheme was just so good for Daniel Jones. And I would give anything to get like Pat Shermer back like as an offensive coordinator. But yeah. What was it? Oh yeah. And I was like, I said, yeah, if Carson Wentz didn't get hurt, I don't think the Eagles make the Super Bowl just because, it would be his first like I guess playoff appearance.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes with a lot of like, first year jitters and stuff. So I really think like if that's it and everything else plays out, it would probably be Case Keenum.
So what's the overall point you're trying to make though?
No, I'm just saying like you see in like recent history, a lot of these like good solid quarterbacks or average quarterbacks are getting, they're just being put in the right positions and they're more likely to make it to the Super Bowl than the
elite talent is what you're saying.
Dudes. Yeah, okay. So I'm just saying like we don't need Daniel Jones to be like a 45 passing touchdown, 5,000 yard dude in the season, or a top 5 quarterback. We just need him to be good and solid. Like we love Eli, but was Eli like a top 5 QB? Maybe in like 2011.
That's about it.
But yeah, it was like Eli like a top 5 QB in the league, and a lot of people they get blinded by these guys' talent, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I agree with Fisk when he said this. Like Tom Brady isn't the best quarterback in the league because of talent, but after he won the Super Bowl, he was the best quarterback in the league because he literally 3 straight weeks he beat Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, and Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if Daniel Jones does that, or he would, he's not going to beat Drew Brees because he's retired. But if Daniel Jones does something like that, I'm gonna call him the best quarterback in the league. So I just think he doesn't need to be elite. Like we would love him to be elite, but he doesn't need to be.
I get what you're saying. No, I agree with you, especially with the defense as well. But Ash, I'm gonna have to ask you to give your final thought before I switch you out here.
Yeah. If you haven't subbed up to the hub, what are you doing, bro? Sub up to the hub.
And check out Ash Money as well.
Yeah. Check out my my platform. I got like three channels. Well, not 2 channels in a podcast. So yeah. But thank you for having me on, Hub. I always appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
No problem, bro. Have a good one. He brought up a really good point, though, with DJ doesn't need to be elite. He just needs to do his job, and that's it, and do it at a good level. Next up, we got Benny, then Miz, then Jay, then Rick, then Pat. So, Benny, what's up, man? I know it's probably a bit late for you, but how you doing, bro?
It's getting a little late, so I'm not going to be able to go on for, as long. But I did want to go over just a few things. First of all, the schedule's coming out, and I'm super excited. I heard also, by the way, that supposedly the schedule will come out before 8 on different platforms. It's just NFL Network releasing it at 8, but I don't know. We'll see. But that's what I've seen. That other platforms
Twitter usually gets it first. Whatever news there is, Twitter usually gets it first.
Yeah, supposedly like NBC or something is going to release the schedule before us and them. But I want to come up with just a few things on why it meant so much for us to trade back. Because you look at next year, and the fact that we traded back is going to help us big time because we actually have a lot of some decent free agents, I would say. You have a guy like Evan Ingram who I think our team still thinks of as our future tight end. I know we got Kyle Rudolph. I still think they think of him as our future tight end, and I can still see him breaking out. Jabril Peppers definitely is going to get paid. Will Hernandez could definitely get paid because he's a starting caliber guard, so
Mhm.
he's still got to get paid. You got Lorenzo Carter, who if he breaks out, he could have get a pretty good contract. BJ Hill could definitely, he could get a
The
definitely
2018 draft class, basically.
yeah, you got a few guys. Afidi could get a contract. John Ross. You have a lot of actually guys on first 1 year deals also, and like smaller deals. Reggie Ragland. Like there's a lot of players, actually a lot of offensive linemen, defensive linemen.
Because we signed a good amount of them on just
Yeah,
the
we
1
signed
year
a
prove it
lot of
deals.
like 1 year prove deals. So it's huge that we have that many picks because like say we do end up losing a guy like Will Hernandez, which isn't that unrealistic in my opinion. We've we've let offensive linemen walk in the past, like what's his name, Justin Pugh, that 1 year and stuff like that. And I wouldn't be that surprised if we let him walk. And I think Jabril Peppers is going to cost a lot, and Evan Ingram could cost a decent amount. Same thing with Lorenzo Carter. So I think we actually have some.
Breaking news.
Yep.
Breaking news. So Froman just put in the chat, and I checked it out on Twitter. I'm gonna share a screen with you guys. This is
Actually,
confirmed from Art Stapleton. Week 1, the
oh my
Giants are playing their season opener against the Denver Broncos. As you can see here,
man,
as
where?
confirmed by Art Stapleton. Well,
Oh man,
we have the Broncos at home, so it's a home opener, right? So, yeah, that's
wow,
actually
that's
kind of
crazy.
it. There
Is
you
that
go, guys.
confirmed? Is that confirmed?
Well, this is Art Stapleton. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's pretty legit, right?
4:25 kickoff at MetLife on Fox, and they're saying 20 years ago, yep, night before 9/11, the Giants were in Denver for Monday Night Football. Now the Giants host the Broncos a day after the 20th-year anniversary of 9/11. That's absolutely crazy. I
Okay,
wonder if that's a coincidence or if they did that on purpose, but
I think that's probably a win in my opinion. I think we're better. I think we could beat the Broncos. Broncos have a lot of. I mean, they have some new additions. We could take advantage of that secondary because they added a few new corners back there. We could definitely take advantage with a guy like Kenny Galladay. Oh, that's gonna be a good matchup. That is gonna be a really good matchup.
and like I said, I really like the matchup because there's going to be the two third-year QBs, and then Shermer over there with the Broncos.
Will Locke be playing?
Well, who's going to? Oh, you're right.
Bridgewater.
Teddy Bridgewater is there. He could. Yeah, you know what? I'd probably say he gets the start. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see though, but that would be interesting. Okay, I'm surprised about it. I thought we were gonna play a division rival, but I kind of like it actually.
Mhm.
That's interesting. That's crazy. Yeah, I think I think we can win that. Honestly, I think it's a winnable game. I don't think it'll be easy though. It's gonna be close. It'll be a good game.
I think it's a
But,
very winnable game for us. We should win.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah.
The Broncos are a good team. They got a good defense. I'll tell you that.
They have a good defense.
They have an
We
underrated defense.
We have a better defense.
Oh yeah, but I mean, still they have a decent offense. I mean, still they have some good receivers there.
They have some great. They have
They
really
have
good
some
receiving
really
core,
good
yeah.
receivers. In fact, just the really question mark is the offensive line, the quarterback, in my opinion. But they got a good tight end and Noah Fant. But yeah, but as I was saying, we actually have a lot of players that can be, that are in contract years. So I think it's huge that we get that first round pick. Another guy, by the way, another thing. Actually, I mentioned this in Big Pat's stream, and I've thought of this actually. Is everybody's wondering where Afidi is going to be playing. Like, is he going to be playing? Standing up? Is he going to be
I think he's
playing
going
on
to be
the
doing
line?
both.
What a guy that I thought of that I think he'll play really the roll up, who's actually still on the team I heard, is Jabal Sheard. I think he could play a role like that. Jabal Sheard was listed at edge. I remember, and I'm like, oh, he's going to play edge. But he kind of played more on the line, so I think he'll just do a lot like Jabal Sheard. I feel like that's pretty
I think he's going to play maybe a little bit more versatile than Sheard. I think we're going to see him standing up a bit more.
I think he'll be slightly more versatile, but I still think he'll play like a lot of that type of stuff.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's one of my main things. But yeah, that's interesting. Broncos, I like it actually.
I mean, I know you said it's not going to be an easy win. I think it should be an easy win.
Should be a win.
I don't know if it is, but it should be. Like, we shouldn't struggle with the Broncos. They do have a good defense. It's not a great defense. You know what I'm saying? Our defense is way better. They do have a good. Well, we're gonna have to see how Teddy operates with those weapons. But last year it wasn't like the offense was anything to be scared of, in my opinion. And we're gonna have to see how our offense develops. But I do think we're a better team than them.
I mean, if we played them like mid-season or later, I would call it a win, definite. But since like I feel like it's the beginning of the season, I feel like I said on the I think I said on their last call on, I wouldn't be too surprised if we struggle a little bit at the beginning of the season. I think we can still make the playoffs. I don't want people to flip out if we lose, if we go like 1-2 for the first 3 games, or just get like 2-3 or something like that, because I still think we can make the playoffs enough from that. But I just don't want to be that surprised just because of the amount of like, different players we brought in, and I mean we still have a very. I mean, it's getting older, but we still have a very young roster. So I
Mhm.
think so. We added in players. We have got a lot of guys coming off injuries. I mean, Saquon's coming off injury. Kenny Galladay's coming off of an injury.
Galladay's gonna be
You
fine though.
Yeah, I think
Like,
Galladay will
yeah.
be fine, but I mean he's coming off, but he's on a new team, so I wouldn't expect him to. I mean, he might do really good, but I'm not gonna like flip out at him if he doesn't have like an insane game or something. I feel like some Giants fans, if he gets like a couple of 40-yard game or something, they're gonna be like, oh, where was Galladay or something like that.
Mhm.
But I wouldn't be mad at him for that. But Saquon's coming off an injury. We have guys like just have guys just all over. Adoree Jackson, he's a new player for us. There's guys in the defense that are coming in that have to learn back. Again, our edge rushers specifically. Those guys are there. A lot of them are banged up. And speaking of edge rushers, one thing I thought of was what's his name? The edge rusher we took in the 4th round,
Ellerson Smith.
Ellison Smith. Definitely is an interesting prospect. Like, cause he I feel like he could be the replacement if Lorenzo Carter costs a lot. I feel like, or it doesn't even work out for us, either one, and we don't get him back.
Mhm.
I feel like, I don't think he should really play at all this year. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't. And honestly, I think he could probably use at least 2 years. But if we just like don't have Lorenzo Carter, say he leaves this year, we can maybe just have somebody in there. Maybe we sign like a veteran for 1 year deal.
I'll say
Maybe,
this: I don't think Ellerson replaces him immediately, but it
yeah.
depends. It would depend. Like, if, for example, we just let Carter walk, then it's not like anybody replaced him per se. It's just that we let him walk.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe Zimenez takes over for 1 year, but then Ellison Smith, I feel like in 2 years could be a really good player if we
And
develop him.
I get why people feel that he has a lot of potential, a lot of upside. I just don't see it. Like, I'm gonna have to see it to believe it. I
Mhm.
don't see him developing in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? To
Yeah,
be our number 2 edge at that point, it was gonna be. You know what I mean? I think it might take a
yeah.
little bit longer, but that's just me. I could be proven wrong. What up, Master Production in there?
Another thing, yeah, I feel like, but we have a lot of contracts that year, so it's crazy that we traded down. It's gonna be huge. Next year it's really gonna show up big, and we're gonna really be thanking the Bears for that, and we're gonna be thanking the Eagles, because we like if you told me before the draft. I feel like 90% of the time, if you ask me, would you rather have Kadarius Toney or Kadarius Toney in a 1st round pick and a 4th and 5th round pick, or would you rather have what's in Devonta Smith? I would have 9 times out of 10 probably said the Kadarius Toney package deal
Only because of the future first,
because of the future
and that
first.
that
Yeah,
brings so much to the team. Like,
that is so much value.
we could get a star guard if Hernandez walks or he doesn't work out. We could get another star edge rusher. This guy Thibodeau out of Oregon. We that extra first does a lot.
And I think the Bears, I mean, from what I've seen all over, and people have been saying Justin Fields will start, but I honestly think they're going to start Andy Dalton still. That's what I've seen from everything saying that, oh yeah, Andy Dalton's their starter for this year, and they want to do something like Patrick Mahomes type of thing, which I don't agree with them for them. But look, I'm not complaining because if that means they lose more games and we get a higher overall, we get a higher pick, I'll be happy. I'll be very happy. But so now that we know that we're playing Denver in the with the first game. Where do you want to play the Eagles? You want to play them like later? Do you want to play them mid-season or
I want to play
beginning?
them once early in the season and once late in
Uh-huh.
the season.
Yeah, I can see that. I kind of want to play Dallas early in the season. I want to show them that we're better than them because everybody in the NFL community thinks we're better. We're worse than Dallas. It makes no sense.
No, I feel like it's just mainstream media and Dallas fans.
Yes,
Honestly.
mainly mainstream media, but yeah, that's probably gonna be it for me because I gotta go. But yeah, thanks for having me on, man.
No problem, Benny. Guys, go over to check out Football
Alright,
Talk with Benny. Thank you for staying
peace.
on late, bro. Have a good one. Next up, we got. Oh, sorry, Jay. It was actually supposed you're after Jay, but I see the Knicks hat. Next up, we got Miz, and then Jay's gonna be on after. What up, Miz? How you doing?
What's up? What's going on? How are you?
I'm good. Oh man, you sound tired, bro.
Yeah, I am. It's all right. So we got the Broncos week 1. All right.
Breaking
I'll
news,
take
man.
that game. That's 1-0, my man.
1-0. Like
As
it
long as
should be-
Rogers isn't shipped over there.
It should be a W, man. It should be a W for us.
If we're gonna be a real good team, then you gotta win your home games. 4:30 home game on a Sunday, beautiful. Denver Broncos, young team, and to me, we're better than them on both sides of the ball. So
Hmm.
you know what I mean?
Broncos fans on
But,
Twitter apparently think that they're gonna go 1-0. I'm seeing a couple tweets saying that the Giants are terrible from Broncos fans. That's surprising to me.
Yeah, okay. Well, the Broncos fans haven't watched what's been going on, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was gonna leak 2 other games that I already got from earlier today, but
Mhm.
I don't know if people want to know, but now that you leaked the Giants game,
Let's hear it.
New England and Buffalo,
That's gonna be
that's
week
gonna
one.
be one. I believe that's a Monday night game.
Where are you
I-
hearing
I
this
believe
from,
that-
or where are you seeing this from?
I heard it earlier from a friend who got it on one of these, the same thing you just got the Giants thing on,
Mm-hmm.
one of these sites. I'm not on Twitter, but he usually doesn't throw things out there. So he got Patriots and Buffalo. And the other game was Dallas. Yeah, this is for Joel out there. Dallas is opening up in Tampa on Thursday night.
And I think somebody mentioned that either in chat or one of the callers said that as well. It might be Dallas Tampa opening the game. I mean, opening week.
Yeah. And one other game was I don't know if this one's true or not, but the Rams and Chicago Bears.
I saw a lot of rumors with Rams and Bears. Yeah, I think that
Those
that
are the
one
only
might have been
3 I
confirmed.
have.
Rams
Yeah,
Bears.
so
I think that one's one. Yeah.
so Dallas won't have an easy one in Tampa on a Thursday night in front of the whole nation. So if I had to pick, you'd say Tampa's gonna win that game. So
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tampa for sure. What about the other ones? Rams Bears.
I'm high on the Rams this year. I think the Rams are a Super Bowl level team. So
With Matt
I would take the
Stafford?
Rams right there. Yep. I think that's a major upgrade, and their defense is one of the best in the league. They have a good run game, solid O-line, right? So the Rams are going to be really good.
And the other
And,
one you said was what? Which one again was the other one you said?
Patriots Buffalo was a good game, man. I mean, I'd have to go with Buffalo, but I think the Patriots are going to bounce back this year. So
Yeah, I think Buffalo. They're taking them week one. Buffalo got it. I don't be surprised if maybe the Pats take it the second meetup later on in the season.
yeah, well,
You
I'm
think,
always
you
big
think
on
Mac is
home
going to start
games.
immediately?
No, I don't. I think Cam
Okay.
Newton starts a few weeks, and they'll see how it goes. And if he's not, if it's not working out, then they're gonna go right to the kid.
So just the regular. then.
Yeah, figure week 4 will be around the time. It all depends. If Cam Newton's doing his thing, then
Mhm.
But yeah, and I was taking a look just in case. I think Jones is gonna step up this year. But just in case, man, that's what we do. I'm already scouting the quarterbacks for next year.
Really?
And yeah, I was today because I was a little bored,
Come
so I had some
on, man.
time. Dude, this is what we do, man. I'm already looking to next year's draft. So
Listen, I haven't looked
I'm
into
not
it yet.
saying
You
it
guys,
for us.
yeah. You guys
I'm
know
not-
me. I
but-
usually don't start scouting until like December. So I'm not going to be even touching those guys for months. Who'd you look at?
Well, I looked at besides Rattler, I looked at the quarterback from Ole Miss. Okay, his
Mhm.
name is Matt Carroll. He's pretty damn good, Hub. Go check him out, Matt Carroll, Ole Miss.
I'm telling you, Miz, I'm not checking anybody out till December, man.
All right, that's up to you, man. I took a look at him because quarterbacks in my thing too, and this kid he's a tight. Someone mentioned that the Giants will be looking at this guy if Jones is floundering this year. So
Listen, the next quarterback I want to draft is Arch Manning, okay? That's the next QB I want to draft.
that's what 3 years.
3 or 4 years from now, I think. Maybe 5. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I know about Manning. Yeah, we'll see. Listen, hopefully not. Hopefully it's Jones for another 12 years.
Exactly.
Hopefully. But this is a big year, as we know. So, and you guys were saying, like you were saying before, and they were talking about it last night, right? If this guy misses 4 games, what do you do? Well, here's my thing. If this guy misses 4 games and we miss the playoffs because of that, this is a problem now, you know?
That's a good point, Joel. If it has an effect like we're missing the playoffs because he's out for 3 or 4 games, I didn't even think of that. That's a really good point.
Yeah, they didn't mention that last night, but I have 20 people talking, so I couldn't get my. But what I was saying is, yeah, listen, if a guy misses 4 or 5 games and it's minor injuries or like last year, but we
But
don't
it's
make the
just very
playoffs or win
it's very clear that if he was there, we would have been in the playoffs.
that's what I'm saying. So,
Yeah.
but if we don't, it's a problem, man. Because what every single year we're gonna have this team where we spend a lot of money and we have a big, strong team, and this guy's gonna be out for 5 games. Yeah, we were spoiled by Eli, but you know what? That's not good enough, man. 4 or 5 games. This guy has to have a big. This guy has to step up this year. He doesn't have to be a Pro Bowler. He has to have a good year. He has to lead the Giants to a 9 or 10 wins, which is what we're all thinking. Okay, listen. The Giants should win the division. I don't care what the other 3 fan bases think. Okay, I listened to a Cowboy fan, a very big Cowboy YouTuber today from Dallas, Texas. He had a video on. You could probably catch it somewhere. I'll try to link you to it. You got to watch this guy. This guy's a season ticket holder. He's a diehard Cowboy fan, and he sat up there for about 14 minutes on his video and went off on how the Giants are the most dangerous team in the NFC. Everybody's
Really?
ignoring
I
it.
was expecting you to go the other direction. Okay, that's very interesting.
The guy put it out to the Dallas fan base. His title was "Know Your Enemy," and he called the Giants the most dangerous, most improved team in the entire NFC conference, and that the Dallas and Eagle and Redskin fans are ignoring it.
Definitely link me that video. Do you remember the creator's name?
No, I'll find. I have it because I looked at it today. So I'll look at my history and I'll send it to you. I actually subscribe to the guy. He's not bad. Just to follow, see what he says. But man, this guy was high on Giants, man.
What was he saying?
The Giants were loaded. They went out and did great things on offense. They brought in Calvin. They had a great draft, and their defense was already good. And he said people sleeping on Daniel Jones. This guy's a 6'5" pocket passer that can move. And with a healthy Barkley, all the things that we know already. This guy, but on the opposite side of the wall, you know, you have a guy really like putting the Giants on a pedestal and warning the Dallas fans that the Giants are dangerous. So when you hear it from someone else from the other side, you start to realize like how good that makes you feel. Like, yo, maybe the Giants are really going to be real. You know, like we already know this. So, you know, I don't pay no mind to Eagle fans because the Eagle fans, here's the thing about the Eagle fans. They know they're headed into the very, very long, dark tunnel that we're finally coming out of. They're just starting to step into it. And there's no light for them for miles and miles. They're headed into a dark tunnel. And they know it. And Hurts ain't the guy, and they know it. And that's a problem.
What are you expecting for the Eagles this year?
4-13.
4-13.
And I think I'm being nice. Maybe 5. Maybe someone misses a field goal and they get a fumble. Maybe 5. They should not beat us at all this year. And I'd like to put a 40 spot on them one time.
What about them against the rest of the division? And thank you, Joseph. Joseph just found the video. Thank you, Brandon.
Found the video?
Yeah, I'll check it out.
I texted it to Joel today, so he also has it. The Washington football team is real good. They're strong, but I have a problem with their quarterback. I don't see him making it through 18 weeks like that. And I think it's going to cost them a game or 2 somewhere, which is going to cost them the playoffs. You know, so I don't think they're going to make it. I think there's going to be Cowboys and Giants for the division.
Really?
To be honest with you. Yeah.
I still have it as Washington and Giants, but not Cowboys and Giants. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I can see how you could have it as Washington, definitely. But Dallas has not a great team, but they have a good team also. You know, like I think they improved their defense. Their secondary is probably not up there yet, but they can make up with that by scoring points. So you know they could score, and it looks like Elliott's in better shape from the videos I'm seeing. So I guess we'll see. You know, that's big for them. If Elliott sheds some pounds and comes in better shape, that could be big for them.
And Mark Primetime, the Dallas fan in here, he has a good point. He says, don't forget the NFC East division games can go any way because you throw the records out the door when the NFC East division plays, man.
Dude, give me the Eagles week 2, so we go 2-0. I'm good with it. Let's go. Sign up for it. Where is it? Give me the Eagles at the link. Give me the Eagles at the link. I'll play them at home in December.
Give me Chicago week 2, bro. Let me finish and solidify that top pick. Or actually give me Chicago late in the season. We'll make them go like 1-17 or something, 1-16 or something.
Yeah, wait till November for Chicago. No big deal.
But yeah, Miz, let me get your last thought. It's getting kind of late, and I want to wrap up in the next 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, definitely subscribe to Hub. This guy's great. Obviously, we know he's one of the best. And
check out Miz as well.
It's a downtime. Yeah, I haven't made much videos lately, man. I'm waiting for. Yeah, I'm taking a little break. I don't want to just get up and talk about the same thing that we're talking about every day. There's really not much. But I'll tell you, I'm excited about one player. On a last note, I'm really excited about Aziz, man. I watch his videos and I'm like totally into this guy,
bro.
Man.
Aziz is that dude, man. Miz, you know I've been high on Aziz since like February, man. He's that guy. I'm really excited for him too.
Yeah, this guy looks strong. You know, I was big on Quiddy, but I wanted just a real good edge rusher, and I feel like this guy's the real deal edge rusher. You know,
he just fits us the best at the very least.
I think we probably spoke about this, but I think this is Shep's last year with the Giants. And I really feel that way. I think that because they're not going to pay him the money next year, and they got receivers, and they could always draft another one. It doesn't have to be a first rounder. Which, by the way, into my very last thing, just going again into next year's. By the way, just to throw it out there for everybody, next year's draft is going to be historic. One of the deepest defensive end pass rushing drafts ever.
You really believe that?
Just know that because we have 2 first-round picks. So just know that. And I'll leave it.
If we could get that dude Thibodeau, if he continues to be the top guy, and then we have Thibodeau and Aziz off the edge, and Leo's still going to be in the middle, that's deadly.
There's a lot of them we're going to get. You know us, we're probably going to draft one. I was saying last night, you draft the next year, we don't know yet. We might need an O-lineman, but we'll see. And then with the other first rounder, you do it again. You trade it again to have 2 more first rounders the following year. You know what I'm saying, Hope? Keep it going. Be smart. Keep investing in the next year.
We'll see. I mean, I would not be opposed at all.
We'll see where we are, right?
But Miz, thank you for calling us, man. As usual, the calling legend, bro. Have a good one.
Good night, people.
Shout out to Nerding on Sports in here, by the way. So I got 3 guests left: Jay St. G, then Rick, then Big Pat. I'm trying to get you guys in and out of here in a relatively timely fashion. What up, Jay, guys? I will be on Nerd Cage Live this Thursday.
What's going on?
We're going to be talking not giant stuff, but like movies, TV, comics, all that, man. What time is it again? 8:30?
You mentioned that.
8:30, right? 8:30 or
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
Oh, can you shift it to 8:30 possibly?
Yeah, I can make that happen.
8:30, bet. Because my class ends at like 8.
Okay, that's fine. We'll make it 8:30. Anywho, I figured to talk about a topic we haven't delved into yet. Do you think the Giants make more moves in June, meaning we make some cuts, save some cap space, make a trade? What do you think?
Specifically with cuts, 100%. I mean, obviously, because, we need to get it down to the 90 and then 55. We're currently at 91. I 100% expect cuts. I don't really expect any trades. And to be honest, I can't see us signing anybody else. I mean, unless it's an absolute steal like a week before the season like Logan Ryan was, and that was literally a week before the season, I'm not seeing another signing. Just cuts from here on out.
Yeah, I was just thinking maybe Ingram gets
hopefully, man, a trade, bro.
Traded or something. I don't know.
Yo, maybe in season, bro.
Maybe we sign a cheap guard because that's a position I'm still kind of scratching my head over a little bit. So
maybe Ingram gets traded in season, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to wait and see. So what else you got, man?
What else I got? I mean, usually you guys come in and ask questions.
All right. Well, that was my first question. All right.
I got one for you. Broncos week 1. How you feel about that?
I'm surprised, honestly. I did not see that coming. I was kind of riding with what Max was saying that we were going to get we're going to go against Dallas. I thought for sure, Dallas is kind of like uptrending, and I kind of want to test out Dak's ankle. I didn't say that. Someone else did.
Okay.
No, but I thought for sure it'd be. So now I think it's gonna be Dallas. It's gonna be week 2. I think it's now. It's just we're not playing them week 1. It's definitely gonna be week 2 because every time we don't play Dallas week 1, we seem to play them week 2.
Mm-hmm.
So
and I'll highlight this comment here because Max saying per Ryan Dunleavy, we got the Eagles at Giants November 28th, Dallas at Giants December 19th. So in the later games.
I believe it. That makes sense. But yeah, Denver. I mean, I don't want to like talk it up and say, yeah, we're good. That's guaranteed win. I think we should win.
We should win. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I mean, they're the like punching bag of that division. So.
And I will say this. What do you think about the Denver fans saying that we're going to be an easy win to them?
Keep running your mouth. Keep running your mouth the same way everyone's ran their mouth about the Knicks before basketball started.
One of them, I retweeted one of them saying, man, you're kind of delusional. Another one came at me and said, bookmarked for week 1. I'm like, all right, bro, go ahead, bookmark it, bro. I'm confident against Denver.
Yeah. I mean, they got some defensive playmakers, sure, but we don't even know who their quarterback's going to be. So, I mean, is it going to be Bridgewater? It's going to be Locke? I don't know. Like,
I'm going to pull up the tweet now. I finally found the tweet from Ryan Dunleavy so you guys could see it. So it's official, as you can see.
Yep.
We now know 3 games or 3, points in the schedule that the Giants have. Obviously, the week 1 opener against the Broncos, 4/25, and then Eagles at Giants, November 28th. Cowboys at Giants, December 19th. Both Sundays. Okay, so those are going to be 1 o'clock games, I'm guessing. That means I'm interested to see when we play them earlier on in the season.
That's what I'm saying. I would just we'll find out tomorrow. Week I'm going to say Cowboys will be week 2. That's how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems to be that's always been the trend. All right, sorry, a little bit of awkward silence there. I know.
I'm just like, yo, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm a little bit tired. That's why I kind of rely on you guys on the call and to ask the questions.
Yeah, I know it's kind of hard when you go last, but yeah, like I said, the Giants make moves.
You could go ahead and repeat a question if you want. That's somebody might asked earlier.
Okay, so I think I ruffled some feathers in the chat earlier when I said that Aziz is going to have a better career than Chase Young. Can I just reiterate something? I didn't say he's going to be a better player. I say he's going to have a better career.
I still don't necessarily agree with that.
Washington. Okay, that organization, just leave it up to them to screw something up. We heard all the noise with Dan Snyder and this and that. I think that Chase Young is not going to stay very long in Washington.
So you think he's not going to stay past his rookie deal, basically?
Yes.
Is what you're saying?
Mm-hmm. And not to mention, man.
They're kind of turning around, man.
I think he's going to fit the scheme really good. He's gonna mesh well. I think Patrick Graham knows what he's doing. And just remember, Michael Strahan,
bro. Here's the
was
thing,
a second-round pick.
Here's the thing, bro.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Patrick Graham might not be here past next year. He might get that head coaching job.
I'm not gonna go there. I listen. I'm not gonna go there, but I'll just say he'll probably still be the defensive coordinator for the Giants. I'll leave it at that. I'm not gonna go into that territory, but I think he'll still be defensive coordinator for the Giants. I'll leave it at that. I'm just trying to give him. I'm
gonna give him 2 more years with us. 2 more years with us. I'm gonna say.
Okay, fair enough.
Because at some point, I don't know how long he'll be able to turn down head coaching opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, I hope for his sake he gets offered, and I believe he's deserving.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think it's going to happen. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Trying to keep it, that's. I'll leave it at that. I don't want to ruffle feathers I'm not supposed to ruffle.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm with Max. I get what you're saying. Maybe some teams think it's a little bit too early for him. You know what I mean? I could see him not getting an offer, but I could down the line. I definitely could see him getting one.
And let's just props to Gettleman here. He kept most of the team together, especially the defense. I mean, letting Thomason walk really hurt, but we kept most of the same players together. We kept most of the coaches together. Okay, continuity, year 2, and hopefully the line continuity, year 2. Even though I'm still a little bit worried about.
That's what
I'm still worried about the guard position, and I really, really like Matt Pert, but I'm just hoping Matt Pert like shows more fire and gets that starting spot at right tackle. I'm just a little worried. I mean, like I said, I feel like Nick Gates and Andrew Thomas are sure things. The rest of the line, I'm still a little iffy on, but the Giants are confident, so be it. I'm still kind of hoping in the back of my mind that we sign a guard at the last minute.
I really don't think we are, man, just because I feel like not only are they confident in the guards that they have, who they think is going to be the stars, but I feel like they believe Zach Fulton is a good enough rotational guy at guard as well.
Yeah.
And by the way, another rumor, I'm not sure if it's confirmed yet, not Giants, but Washington, saying that, it's still a rumor, Washington might be playing Kansas City for week 1 opener.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so actually, let's keep it in the topic of openers. Who do you think Tampa Bay is going to play? I think it's going to be the Saints.
Oh, Dallas. Miz was just on saying like that's been a rampant rumor today. It's going to be Dallas. Like another rampant rumor.
Oh, okay.
Was Bears and Rams. It's still a rumor, not confirmed.
That'll be one of the few times I'm rooting for Tom Brady. Then.
I mean, I'm rooting for Tom Brady every time he plays against the NFC East.
I get it. He's the GOAT. I'm just never been a fan of Brady because the ball always bounces his way and it drives me nuts. There's another thing about the schedule I want to talk about. Oh my gosh, I just lost my train of thought here. Oh,
maybe a quick Knicks thing.
Really hard. Listen, I have nothing against the city of Chicago, and by the way, this is probably the wrong place to say I love their pizza because I've been there.
Their tomato paste pie, but continue.
Yeah. I am rooting so hard for Chicago to lose every game. Like I said, nothing personal against the Bears or Bears fans.
Listen, man,
I love the people there. I love the city. I don't necessarily hate the Bears only when we play them, basically. But like, I want the Bears to lose every game because I want that.
Bro, we got that pick, man. We got that pick. Listen, we gonna be good. And real quick on the Knicks, 56-55 at halftime. Thank you for giving me updated, Max. Good game, it seems.
Well, 55-56? Who?
Knicks are in the lead by 1.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, come on. I want to put sentiment. I hate the Lakers and I hate LeBron. So.
Jeez, man, yo, goddamn, bro.
Listen, LeBron. I'll say it right here, right now. LeBron James fans are basically the Star Wars fans of the NBA. I'll leave it at that.
I don't even know how to feel about that because I don't even like mention it that much on my channel. You know what I'm saying? People were surprised tonight when I said I'm a big LeBron fan.
Listen, I want a Knicks-Lakers finals so bad because I want to beat LeBron in the finals to see LeBron do his usual crybaby crap he always does.
Oh my God, this dude! We're not going to talk about this right now.
He'll leave to another team.
We're not going to talk about this right now.
Or go to Golden State. That's what
we're not going to talk about the LeBron slander.
He's back on the Lakers. He's going to turn his back on the Lakers.
Listen, I'm not here for any LeBron slander. I'm all here for Knicks winning championships. But I'm not here for LeBron slander right now.
If it's Knicks Lakers, if it's Knicks Lakers in the finals, you're gonna stick with the Knicks, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay,
I'm always gonna stick with the Knicks, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm an absolutely huge LeBron fan, but if it's Knicks Lakers, which I really would love to see, that would be amazing. I'm going for the Knicks all day, every day, bro. Listen, I didn't stand in line for like 3 hours to get a Mitch Robinson autograph on my Knicks hat, which is still to this day my only piece of Knicks memorabilia. Bro, listen, big Knicks fan, man.
Yeah. All right. I know there's other people waiting in line. I know it's getting late here, so I just want to wrap it up on 2 things. One, I have a movie recommendation for everybody. Listen, if you don't want to go to the movie theaters, that's okay. I get it. But high recommendation, everyone needs to see Wrath of Man with Jason Statham, directed by Guy Ritchie. Go see that movie. Whew. Really good movie. Kush, you got to see it, man. Just say we will get into that on Thursday, and that's a shameless plug. So please
check it out because I want to talk a lot of stuff on Thursday. I have a feeling we won't cover everything that I want to talk, but we'll cover a good amount.
Yeah. So Thursday night, again, please sub up to Nerd Cage Live. I would really appreciate it. And again, we're having a fantastical guest Thursday night at 8:30. That'd be this man over here. So we cannot wait to have you on. We'll chop it up, talk movies, games, TV shows, and whatnot, and really get into it. Stuff that you don't really get to talk about on this platform, but you get to do on our platform. And that should be a lot of fun. And hopefully that will be one of many.
Yeah, no, I'm down because, like I said, I don't think we're gonna cover everything that I want to cover. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As we're getting closer, for example, I'm a big DC fan, and now there's even more controversy with Henry Cavill, and they're talking about rebooting it.
Yeah,
With
we
the Black
will
Man.
definitely get into that.
I'm like, I
cannot
want to get
wait.
into that a lot, man. But yeah, see you then, Jay.
So yeah, y'all guys sneak preview, and again, thank you to Giants Nation. You guys have been wonderful to Nerd Cage Live. I see Joel, I see Joseph and Max who come into the on our live streams. Appreciate everybody. Let's go Knicks. Let's go Giants. Broncos going down. See ya.
Want to know? Peace. Rick, what's up, man? Then after Rick, it will be the final guest and Big Pat.
Hey, thanks, Hub. I try.
Let's get straight to the questions, man.
Oh, for real? Couple of things. One thing. Really quick. I don't know why Sterling Shepard changed his number if we all think he's not going to be on the team next year. Just some food for thought. Okay. Ready? I got some good ones this week.
I'm ready.
Okay,
I said yes. I said yes when you asked if I'm ready.
Oh, my bad. All right. The Giant who will rack up the most fantasy points this year is second. Pick another one. That's too easy.
Kenny. I feel like 1 and 2 would be a little bit obvious. I don't know.
Okay. Daniel Jones will have blank games with 0 turnovers this year.
Oh, that's a good one. We're playing
17 games. How many?
Let me say he'll have 10 games with 0 turnovers.
10. I feel like that's.
Do you feel like that's low, high?
I hate to say it. It sounds like a lot, but I'm praying.
I would be happy with 10.
As long as the turnovers are interceptions, I won't get that mad. But not. I don't want a lot of fumbles. Anyway, okay, ready? A past Giant, so like a retired Giant in their prime. I wish that could play for us this season is who?
Michael Strahan.
Okay, I was gonna say you can't pick Eli Manning or Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah, no, I'm either way. I was probably gonna pick Michael Strahan. I absolutely love Michael Strahan. He's probably like my second favorite Giant after Eli. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got his. See that green hoodie back there, guys? That green hoodie?
Mm-hmm.
That's a MSX hoodie, otherwise known as Michael Strahan's personal clothing brand. And I have like another striped like sweatshirt of it. They were gifts, but Strahan's a goat to me, man. I absolutely love that dude.
What about offense?
I would do anything to support his brand. What
about offense? A
guy on offense?
Not Eli Manning though.
I'm gonna go Victor Cruz. Maybe Hakeem Nicks, Victor Cruz, one out of the two from that 2011 squad.
For sure. The Giants, I bet, will be Pro Bowlers this year. All
right, Blake Martinez better get his. James Bradbury better get his. Leonard Williams, needs to repeat as a Pro Bowler. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna end up naming a lot of defensive guys that should get it. You know what I'm saying? Those three are the main ones. I have a feeling maybe another guy in the secondary, maybe one of our safeties get it. Not sure. Don't quote me on
McKinney?
That. That'll be interesting.
What was that guy? Bryant McFadden? You know who that is?
Yeah.
He said last year he thought Xavier McKinney was going to be a Pro Bowler and an All-Pro in his rookie year. So
I would love if that comes true. And then going over to the offensive side, I feel like Saquon, if he's healthy, without doubt, is going to be a Pro Bowler. Kenny G as well. Don't be surprised. What if one of our offensive linemen make the Pro Bowl?
Wait.
Amazing.
Yeah, time out real quick. Who's saying I look like the dude from The Sopranos?
Oh, that's Jay from Nerd Cage Live.
But which dude?
Good question.
All right, anyway, I know you're.
And by the way, peace out, Joseph.
You didn't say any offensive players for that Pro Bowl, right? Who?
Saquon, Kenny, and I'd say, what if one of our offensive linemen make it?
My bad. I think that was when I was addressing the Sopranos thing. Anyway, the Giant with the most drip is.
Let me go. That's a tough one, actually.
That's tough, right?
I'm gonna go Young Joker, aka Kadarius Toney, because he's a rapper, bro.
Okay,
I'm gonna go with that.
Okay, the rookie corner we face this year that will give us the most trouble is going to be. I'm gonna give you a list of corners I came up with. So we're gonna face J.C. Horn. We play Carolina. Patrick Surtain. We're
facing Pat Surtain week 1. Yeah.
Richie Grant, who's on Atlanta. He was Aaron Robinson's teammate at UCF. Kelvin Joseph, Cowboys. Those are the only ones I could think of. Oh, yeah, those are the only ones I think of that we play. So
I guess I would have to go Horn by default because not only was he taken, as the first corner, but also he's the number one corner on his team. I'm pretty sure. Like, for example, Surtain is not the number one. I want to say Surtain's going to be the number two because the Broncos did sign corners in free agency and they had a relatively good secondary before they drafted Surtain. He might be the number two guy. J.C. Horn is definitely the number one. But then again, I don't feel like he's going to be much of a problem. Maybe I'm optimistic, but I feel like Kenny Galladay would take care of J.C. Horn just fine. So, yeah.
Chris Sims said that J.C. Horn is a walking pass interference in the NFL. I don't know.
We'll see.
But, this guy said I look like Chris from The Sopranos. I don't see it. People say I look like Brooks Koepka, the golf player. Anyway, okay, fill in the blank with a Giants player. I want to hear blank featured on a Young Joker song.
Oh,
that's crazy, right?
I want to hear Sterling Shepard on one. Because I don't know if you guys remember the mic'd up sessions from Sterling Shepard's rookie year. Actually, from rookie to 2018 when he was with Odell. He always had like a personality about him. He used to be like, yo, look out for the Young Savages. That was his nickname for him and Odell, the Young Savages. And I always had a feeling if Shep gets on a mic, he might be spinning some heat, bro. So I want to hear Sterling Shepard on a feature.
That's a good. I wasn't expecting that one. I don't know.
Shepard always had that kind of personality when he was mic'd up, at least when Odell was there.
That's a perfect segue into my next question. I can't wait to hear blank mic'd up this year. Don't you want to hear Daniel Jones mic'd up one of these days? I know it's not like the most exciting. I want to see what he says during a game.
I do want to see what he says, but the guy that comes to mind for me for some reason is Jabril Peppers, just because I feel like he's the most vocal guy on our team in general. So yeah.
Yeah. Also, Efide.
Yeah.
I don't know if you check that man's Instagram.
Real quick, Ash Money bring up another thing you say. You say Young Savages and Apex Predators log in. Yeah.
Wait, who you said? You said Jabril. Yeah, that's always a good one though. Jabril's always a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, two more.
Another GM leaked. What do you mean by that, Hub? Another game? What's the other game that was leaked? Let's see what it was. Let me see. I'm not seeing anything right now. But go ahead, Rick. I'm gonna see if I come across it.
For sure. My Giants spirit animal is a player that you feel like is your spirit animal. You know how people are like, that's my spirit animal.
How does that connect to the Giants? You said giant spirit animal.
So like pick a player. So like people are like, oh, like this animal is like my spirit animal.
Dexter Lawrence, bro. Big sexy Dexy. Dexter Lawrence, absolute monster at 350, absolute athletic freak. I don't know why. I rock with Dexter Lawrence heavy, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I made a t-shirt with him last year. Dexter Lawrence out. If there's a giant, surprisingly, that I would like love to meet in real life, it's not Saquon, it wouldn't be Kenny, it's not any one of those guys. I would love to meet Dexter in real life. He just seems like a fun dude.
Facts. All right, last question, not Giants related. The best hot dog consists of what condiments?
What condiments? And real quick, if there's members in the chats, spam the Dexter Lawrence emoji that the members get. Ketchup, mustard, you know, those are givens. Relish, sweet relish in particular. Some hot dogs or sausages, you know, in the buns, whatever you want to call. Some of them have onions sometimes, or like onion rings, which is kind of weird. I don't know if you guys know about that, but like that's low key kind of fire. But I'm a simple guy, you know, just give me some ketchup, mustard, and some nice relish, bro, and I'm good.
No sauerkraut.
I don't think I've ever had that before, so I can't say.
All right, that's all I got this week.
That's all. All right, I'm gonna ask you one, since the hot dog one asked. What's your favorite thing to get at a stadium? Is it a hot dog, and if it is, what's another thing that you would get at a stadium, even though stadium prices are expensive?
So I'm out in LA. So when I go to Dodger Stadium, you gotta get a hot dog. You just get a hot dog. You know.
Nothing else. Facts. Yo, Rob from Learn Out Sports knows what's up, man. Nathan's at Coney Island, bro. That's always a move.
Man. Also, I mean, Staples Center is a complete ripoff. They don't have anything special. So, I mean, Dodger Stadium, you just get a Dodger dog. So, I mean, kind of you load it up like the way you said it. I'm straight with that. So,
how is sauerkraut? I'm gonna be honest. I've never had it, never tasted it. What kind of flavor does it have?
I want to say it's like fermented or something. It's definitely an acquired taste. Like people feel very strongly about it. You either really like it or you really don't. I don't know how to describe it.
Joseph says pretzels. Big Pat says nachos. Okay, those are good picks. I'm not a big fan of the salty pretzels, but there's like the soft, sweet ones that I absolutely love. But yeah, Rick, is that it?
I just one quick thing that Ash Money addressed about Patrick Graham. Like, he's not about to leave to go coach like a bum team, and I just don't get that feeling that he's like head coach hungry, like that he wants to leave. Now that's not. I mean, he could pivot. Like, he did pivot. He was in Miami, and then a year later he was up in New York. So that's not to say that he wouldn't leave, but I don't think he'd leave for a head coaching job. You know what I mean? So
you feel like he's committed to what he's building here, and also like maybe he just doesn't want to be a head coach. Is that what you're saying?
I can't see him being a head coach. I'm not saying he'll be with us like for a long time. I just have a really hard time seeing him like be a head coach. I just don't get that vibe from him. But I'm just be grateful for what you have when you have it. You know what I mean? I think all Giants fans are pretty grateful we have Patrick Graham.
I mean, we're pretty grateful with the staff right now and front office, man.
I know, man. We're blessed. Every Giants fan is blessed right now. But Hub, thank you so much. I know you're tired. Appreciate you pushing through, man. I'm gonna have to start prepping next week with some questions, but
good luck coming up with them, bro. But I love the fact that you always got good questions for me. I love it, man.
It's the least I can do, man. Hey, everyone. Have a good night. Hub.
Peace, Rick. Have a good one, man. I am tired, Joel, but I got no problem with staying on here with you guys. Real quick before I get the last and the special guest on in Big Pat, Duran was saying chili dog, beans from Gallo. Miz is saying I rock with Miz. What he said, chicken fingers, fries. That's always, you can never go wrong with that. Corned beef and pastrami. Are you talking about on German sausages? That's interesting. And now we got Pat on, the nachos guy. What up, Pat? How you doing, man?
What's up, man?
What do you get on your nachos, though? Just cheese or anything else?
No, I got to get the cheese. You know, I got to get the extra beef on there, the jalapenos.
You introduced. I've had cheese and jalapeno. I've never had beef on nachos.
What?
I gotta try that.
You got to get the sour cream, man.
I've had all of that. I've never had meat on nachos. I've had cheese. I've had jalapenos. I've had sour cream. I've never eaten nachos with meat. That's new to me. That's new to me.
You could put pulled pork on there if you wanted to. If you're a pork guy, you could put chicken on there. You could put steak.
Joel, if I ever come up to West New York, it's pulled pork and nachos, bro.
Hey, Joel got a hit, man. If y'all go check out his channel, man, he keep doing that. He got a hit, man. I can't wait to the next one, bro.
Yeah,
you gotta keep doing that one, man. That show that there's gonna be a hit. He's gonna be monetized real soon. But getting a lot of Patrick Graham vibes from Giants fans, man. I'm gonna tell you what.
What do you mean by Patrick Graham vibes?
But about him leaving to be a head coach, or is he going to leave? Is he going to stay? Let me tell you this: with our coach Joe Judge, we'll know if Patrick Graham is getting ready to leave because he'll start preparing somebody to take his spot. And you best believe Patrick Graham, whoever's underneath him, he's going to be coaching them up to take his spot because I believe he's that type of guy.
I was about to say he's that type of guy. And think about what Rick said. When Rick was like, maybe he doesn't, want to be a head coach, or maybe, like, in my opinion, if he doesn't go, is he wants to stay here and finish what he built. You know what I'm saying? He takes pride in his work. Like, I guess that's what I love about not just Graham, but the coaching staff in general. They're just built like that.
Yeah. Thing about Patrick Graham, I'm not going to say he's not a head coach material because he is. I just don't think he's the type of guy that just would take any job just to be a head coach. Like, say if the Lions or somebody came available, I don't think he leaves. I don't think he leaves this job here unless he feels that he has a good nucleus of a team that he can take deep into the playoffs. And with that job being open, more than likely means that that job is terrible because they weren't doing good and the coach got fired. So I believe that guy's going to be here for a long time.
Something crazy just popped into my head, Pat. I don't know why. What if the Packers fired Matt LaFleur? And they're like, Pat Graham would contact you because he was with the Packers before. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
that popped in my mind.
that would be a team that he would be interested in if he believed in Jordan Love. Yeah, because the Packers, no
That's a
matter
good
what
squad.
you say about them, has always been a decent franchise.
Mhm.
And they've been the luckiest franchise I've ever seen to have
With
2
quarterbacks.
back-to-back Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
Well, 3
That's
wasn't
crazy.
it? Starr, Robert Starr as well. The Bart Starr, right?
No,
3.
they had the Magic Man, Mikowski before Favre got there, so he's not a Hall of Famer.
But it
from
was basically
Favre,
like three
Yeah.
20-year spans, basically.
yeah, Bart Starr, Favre, and Aaron Rodgers. That's crazy, man.
And then if Jordan Love works out, I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, Jordan Love works out. That franchise is just blessed.
Same with the Colts.
No.
The Colts always find a way to get a QB, not necessarily like a Hall of Fame level QB like the Packers, but whenever the Colts need a QB, they just find one.
Right. Now we done decent with the QBs. We always had.
We've had guys that got it done.
Yeah, that just got it done. It's like, hey, you got it done. Eli Manning's still a Hall of Famer, but
Eli, like, we don't even need to talk about that. He's first ballot, I think, in both of our eyes. But a shout out to an underrated Giants QB would be like Kerry Collins. I feel like sometimes he doesn't get much
he
love,
led us
but,
to the
like,
Super Bowl.
he had one of the best arms, I think, in Giants. He might have had the strongest arm of Giants quarterback.
Kerry
in history, but he had one of the
Collins.
best.
Kerry Collins was the mature version of Jay Cutler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was Jay Cutler before Jay Cutler, but Kerry Collins had enough sense to be mature about himself and actually work at his craft. Jay Cutler was an absolute idiot. He should have had a Super Bowl with the Bears. But anyway, man, what I was gonna get into, man. I got a couple of videos.
Broncos, week 1, something else?
Yeah, Broncos. That's what I'm saying. I believe we beat them 31-13.
I like that score. That's a nice score.
Reason why is I don't care if it's Drew Lock or Teddy Bridgewater. Both of them are going to have trouble with our defense. And even if our offense takes a little while to get their act together, sooner or later.
That's what I'm saying, man. Our defense is like, let's not. I know at times we overestimate our defense, but let's not underestimate. Like, they're going up against the Broncos. Our defense should be fine.
Who we got?
Like, they should miss a step.
Who we got to fear? Sutton. Bradbury is going to lock Sutton up all day. He plays against. He played against Mike Evans.
Adoree got Judy, man.
Yeah, Jerry Judy. I think the little Jerry Judy guy is kind of underrated to me. I mean, overrated to me.
Really?
All those extra things when it's route running, yeah, that works against inexperienced guys who just happy to be out there. But when he plays against somebody that's worth something, I don't think that guy can beat him.
Oh, and real quick, I'm sorry, but Duran brings up a good point. You were saying he was a mature Jay Cutler and Kerry Collins. Kerry Collins also battled alcoholism. Like, he was just mature. I think it was a comeback with the Giants, actually.
Yeah,
like he was really strong mentally. And
that's why I called him Jay Cutler before Jay Cutler, because his career when he was with the Panthers, his career was going on a down spiral. But when he came with us, he changed his life around and actually went to a Super Bowl. We got killed, but he actually took us to a Super Bowl.
Had a great championship game though.
Yes, he did. Who was it? The Vikings.
Vikings, yeah.
Man, we destroyed them, and then
45, right?
Yeah, 40. It was like 45-10 or something like that, or 7. And then we turn around and get the same thing happen to us the next year. I mean, the next game. Daniel Jones. A lot of people are saying that they actually want to get rid of this guy before the season, and I just believe that's just crazy.
Bro, who's saying that, bro?
Like a lot of people. A lot of people on Twitter.
Before the season.
Yeah, like before that, it doesn't make sense. You got to get a guy a chance. It's only his second year. Remember, they used to do it to Coughlin and Eli every year, so this might be a good sign.
I'm hoping, because I mean, I think we've both pointed out, the fans, the chat's pointed out as well, the parallels to like that 06, the spot the 06 Giants were in are like super similar, man. Similar coaches, similar QBs, similar situation with the QBs. Similar defenses, similar things with the line, bro, with the weapons. It's like crazy.
Yep. Only thing we don't have similar is Brandon Jacobs, because you'll never find another Brandon Jacobs. That's it. But you gotta get a guy a chance, man. As far as the season goes, I say if he gives us 3,800 to 4,000 yards, I believe this is a playoff team, and I believe if he gives us 4,000 yards, we getting 12 wins. I'm just telling you that now. If this guy shows that he's anywhere in the top tier of the quarterbacks, meaning top 12 or top 13, There's no reason why this team shouldn't win 11 to 12 games, because if the offense is putting up 24 to 28 points a game, I don't see too many teams beating us. I only see 1 or 2 teams that could really beat us, and that's the Chiefs and the Bills. If we're putting up 28 points with our defense. The reason why I say the Bills is because the Bills offense is sketchy. If that quarterback over there balls.
Here's the thing, Pat. To put up 28 a week, we don't need GJ to be top like 12 or 15. Like, he could still be average and we could still put up 28 a week just because of Saquon. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And that's another thing. If Saquon stays healthy, I definitely see us making the playoffs, because
Pat Miz, I think we saw this week 12 Giants Eagles or Eagles or Giants.
If you got to stack that box against us, you're gonna have a major problem. If Garrett opens up this offense, because the play action is going to be so deadly. If you got to stack that box against Saquon Barkley and stop the run, which we do well with our offensive line, they do run block with the best of them. Everybody on that line is a road grader, every last one of them. And if Lemieux gets that pass blocking correct, shoot, we're a good pass blocking line as well. Because with him having his shortcomings at that guard position, definitely left guard, that was leaving Daniel Jones blindside, a little iffy, and they're getting in faster because they was getting in from the inside. That's worse than letting somebody get off on the edge, letting somebody come in from the inside. And then you got Nick Gates with another year at center.
Nick Gates should improve.
I think Nick Gates is going to improve, and I think he is going to improve with his line, with his line calling as well, calling out blitzes and everything, helping out Daniel Jones. That's one thing Sean O'Hare did very greatly for Eli Manning. He did call out a lot of stunts and stuff for Eli Manning. Let Eli Manning see it, and then he made his adjustments. And Daniel Jones, get yourself some quick hot routes. Quick hot route slants with this team is going to destroy somebody. If you hit Tony or Slayton on a quick slant because they're worried about us bombing them deep or letting us go crazy with the run, I see this offense being the top 10 offense and this defense being the top 5, man. I truly believe that.
I truly believe the defense can be top 5, but with the offense, because I was high on them last year, and guess what? It is better than it is last year, talent-wise. I still got to see it happen because we still got Jason Garrett calling the plays and designing what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's true too, but I think Jason Garrett opens up the offense. I believe he has to, because Kitchens is right there waiting for him, and I believe Kitchens has a little bit more input than a lot of people think.
What about Russ Callaway?
I think Callaway is in training. I believe Jason Garrett leaves after this year, whether he's fired or he gets another opportunity as a head coach or offensive coordinator somewhere else. But I believe Joe Judge is giving Callaway as the apprentice, and I think Kitchens is like an assistant head coach or something like that.
No, assistant offensive something. Joe Judge actually made some new positions this year. He's like assistant offensive, senior assistant offensive guy or something like that.
Yeah, so he has somebody in training for Jason Garrett. I don't think Garrett's going to be here after this year, no matter if he does well or not. But I know you're tired, bro. I was tired. I'm tired of here sitting here waiting. Shit,
let me get one more topic or question from you though.
Let me see. What about this? I'll give you a hypothetical. I'm not going to give you a hypothetical. I'm just going to talk about the Washington football team.
Okay.
Everybody that's hopping on their bandwagon, man, y'all got to remember, this is the Washington football team. They do this every 5 to 6 years or so. They'll make the playoffs for like 1 or 2 years and then fall off. Remember, they did it with Santana Moss, with Mark Brunell. They did it with RG3. And they did it this year. I think the difference
this time is the defense, though, right?
The defense was strong when RG3 and them was there. The defense was strong with Santana Moss.
Did they have this many weapons?
They've never had this many weapons as far as defense, but they do it every year.
Now I'm talking weapons on offense though as well.
On offense, look,
they do have a good amount.
You got to have a nice scheme on offense, man. You got McLaurin, you got Curtis Samuel, You got
Brown.
the tight end. You got Diami Brown, who's going to have to show me that he's going to do good in the league first, because I've seen plenty of guys that can run deep routes that come into the league and not successful. Only deep guy that I know that is a deep guy, you know he's a deep guy, and he's still going to get deep, is Deshaun Jackson. We all know him very well. But that's one of the only guys that did it well, and Mike Wallace in his heyday, the ones I could think of. But Washington's gonna have to prove it to me, man. They did all this.
I mean, that's what I'm saying basically as well, right? You don't beat us until you beat us, Washington. That's kind of the mindset I got with them.
Right. And Fitzpatrick is your quarterback. I'm sorry, he's too Jekyll and Hyde, man. He's gonna play great against a team he's not supposed to, and they might win a close game against a Buccaneers team or something, but turn around and play us. He throws 4 interceptions. We beat him 48-10. That's the type of guy he is.
One of the reasons I'm so really confident against them is because I don't think they could still stop Saquon, man. Like, ain't nothing on them. Show me that they can stop Saquon.
And everybody hopping on that band. Oh, they got so much better. Do you know how much better we got? See, Washington's defense was good against. They was giving up 20 points to us last year with our offense last year. And Darius Slayton, we got William Jackson III. Darius Slayton was giving him the absolute business out there when we played the Bengals. Darius Slayton was routing him up, and that's not even his game. So the Washington football team, look, you're going to have to prove it to me. I believe our offense can dominate their defense, and I believe our defense can dominate their offense. McLaurin was locked up last year when we had Isaac Yadam on the field, and Xavier McKinney wasn't out there. We only had Tate Crowder. We had no pass rush.
That's a good point. I like the point on the secondary. I agree with everything else because everything else I've been saying, but I like the point on the secondary.
Yeah. Like, we had Isaac Yadam out there. He was getting burnt by Sims. The Sims guy. You really think I don't have confidence with Adoree Jackson against Curtis Samuel? I do. I got confidence with Bradbury going against Diami Brown and McLaurin, because Brown can't play the slot. He can only be on the outside. And guess what? He's either going to have to go against Adoree or James Bradbury, and I'm confident in either one of them guys. And I'm confident in Aaron Robinson or Darnay Holmes against McLaurin in the slot. And you know why? Because we got one of the smartest safeties in the league, and we got one of the best up-and-coming safeties in the league, and they're both very smart. And Xavier McKinney is going to knock somebody on their ass this year. I'm telling you. I believe
Logan
that guy
Ryan,
gets
his second year as a safety.
And he knows our system very well. You see how well he was playing with the last 4 games last year. Like, he was actually one of our best defenders. When he broke on that, what was that screen route against Dallas? That was smart as hell. Not only did he break on it, he stopped the dude from blocking him and made the tackle. So he's smart. He's very smart. I believe he was going to be very effective last year before he hurt his foot. And guess what? We get to put Peppers in the spot that we want to put Peppers. The Mike linebacker. Everybody,
no, I don't want Peppers in the Mike.
Not the Mike linebacker, but the amoeba linebacker, the guy that just floats around when it's on pass plays, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10. He can guard the running back out the backfield now. He doesn't have to be on those big tight ends all the time. He can blitz. We can blitz him from anywhere. And with his speed, and he has a lot of strength to be a little guy. He actually played linebacker at Michigan and did very well. So we get to put him anywhere. Man, look, I'm not afraid of no damn Washington football team, man.
For me, I'm telling you, Pat, for me, it's literally, hey, man, you don't beat me until you beat me. And that's just the mindset I have with Washington. They could beat me. You know what I'm saying? They could beat the Giants this year, but until they do it, I'm not saying that they are. You know what I mean?
Guess what?
At our lowest point, we still beat them. You know
right.
I mean?
At our lowest of the low, we still beat them twice a year. And now that we got all these weapons, come on, man. I'm not scared of, man. Washington does this every 5 to 6 years. They come up with a team and they just make the playoffs out of nowhere. They make a run at the end of the season, like 4 or 5 games in a row. When they did it with RG3, when they went crazy, it was like 4 and 6, and they won like 6 in a row and went 10 and 6. They do this every so often, but they don't know how to sustain it. because they have a dumb owner. Ron Rivera, he's a good coach, but I don't see them having too much success, especially after this year. And if they flop this year, look for all those first round linemen to start dropping like flies. Because that's what they bank on. They bank on that defensive line, that the 2 Alabama defensive tackles, Sweat, Young. They had Ryan Kerrigan. They got a lot of people out there, but they're gonna start falling because you're gonna have to start paying those people. And Washington's a dumb football team. This is the same team that gave Landon Collins, what was it, $16 million a year? Like, come on, man. And you still got Landon Collins back there covering.
No, Collins about to be benched, bro.
Right, because he can't cover.
Their seventh round safety is about to take over him.
Yeah, their free safety is still trash. Like, I'm not scared of these guys. I think we could put up 30 points on their defense. You got to cover us. And you're going to have to cover us all over the field. And if Saquon Barkley's back there, you can't just pin your ears back.
They never could guard Saquon. So I don't see why they're going to get him this year. Like, they're not.
What linebacker they got that's going to cover Saquon coming out the backfield? Jamin Davis, who I believe is not what you think he is. I keep telling everybody, man, that dude at Kentucky made splash plays. He is not what you think he is. He is not a shutdown middle linebacker. He's not a Ray Lewis. He's not a Patrick Willis. He's not a Luke Kuechly. That dude's a guy. He's what do you call that? Something that you could just have extra. He's a luxury. He's a luxury middle linebacker. You could put him in coverage every so while. And if the quarterback's dumb enough to throw it right to him,
then he'll get a pick. Thank you for bringing that up, bro. Thank you for bringing that up. The Washington got Eric Flowers again.
Right. Eric Flowers against Leonard Williams. I think I like my chances with us, man.
Yeah, against Dexter Lawrence too. Like,
yeah, Dexter. Oh my God, Dexter Lawrence. I definitely like our chances with Dexter Lawrence. I'm not, man. Look, I think our defense is better and our offense is better. Our quarterback is better. Our coach is better. Our defensive coordinator is better. Our organization is better. We're just better.
I like the energy. You need to make a video. Literally just a 30-second video saying exactly what you just said. Defense better, off everything, bro. Run through the whole thing.
We're just better, man. Even at our lowest, we're better than you.
I'm giving you this idea right now, and you should run with it. That should be your preview video for whenever we play Washington. Just 30 seconds of you saying that, bro.
Hey, I got a lot of things upcoming for the season, man. Hopefully you can get a chance to come on the channel, because I know you be with school and everything. So,
well, I'm gonna be available during the summer for sure. But yeah,
that is true because school's almost up. What are you studying again?
Computer science.
Computer science. I did that. I did web design and programming, so I know what you're going through.
I'm taking a web dev class right now. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, that programming is something serious. I got my associates. I only got to do a couple of classes to get my bachelor's, but I'm working for myself now, so that doesn't even matter. But man, thank you for having me on the show, bro. You know, I'll come on anytime, support everybody to support me, man. And I need you to get on the show, man.
Name a date, and I'll try to make it, man.
I normally do the shows on Mondays because normally throughout the week I'll be working. But I'm going to try to find out if I could get like a Wednesday show or a Thursday show. A show that when nobody's really doing a show and we don't have too many people doing the show at the same time. And where's Andy Dalton at? I ain't seen Andy Dalton in a minute, man.
Well, kind of like me, even though he's in high school, he got finals week right now, I'm pretty sure, and AP exams. That's why he left early. So yeah.
I was gonna say I ain't seen my boy Andy Dalton in a minute.
Yeah, Linux, Sedan Smith saying, I don't know if you ever coded on Linux. I'm coding on Linux right now. It's the only thing.
Linux is fun. Yeah. But that hardest was the original Java. Oh my God.
C++ for me is super hard. I've never coded in
C++ was super hard for you?
Because it was the second language. The first language I learned was Python. C++
Python. Yeah.
I only know 3 actually. Well, actually,
is
Python
more than 3,
but I don't count HTML and CSS, even though they're actual languages. They're so simple that I'm like, I guess I could throw them in there. But like as actual higher level languages, it's C++, Python, and JavaScript is what I know.
Yeah, C++, Python, JavaScript. I think they had one that was called Lion.
I don't know. I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, Lion was pretty doggone hard. I think it was basically used for like Macs. And it was another one that we did as well that was just hard as hell, man. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But you look like a smart guy. You got it, man.
Bro, it's difficult for anybody. No matter how smart you are, it's always going to be difficult, man.
Nah, I think your parents will pull you through, man. If you start slacking, I think your parents will get you, man.
Facts. Wait, yeah. Thanks, Pat, for calling in, man. Always a pleasure, bro.
Hey, tell your mom happy late Mother's Day and everything like that, man.
Hey, I appreciate that, man.
Bless you and your family. And get on the show, man. I need you, bro.
Hit me up. We gonna get it done, man.
All right.
Shout out to Pat for coming on. Shout out to the chat for being amazing. You guys were great. 2.5 hours. I'm gonna have to end it right here. I'm tired. Good night, everybody. Shout out to y'all.